Hallelujah.
Welcome to Knowledge and Relationships. It's your boy M3. I also have Miss Polly and Stan the Man with us for tonight. Look. We tried to deliver on time, but man, we could never get it right. All right. So tonight's episode is gonna be about ADHD and Polly. Okay. Because Miss Polly is Polly. So all things is Polly for Miss Polly. But anyways, all right. So let me make sure I adjust the music real quick. Now, let me go ahead, turn the bell on. So, Miss Polly, right? Okay, this is a Miss Polly's topic, and she's going to pretty much express and also ask questions too in regards to people that's having what's it called, attention deficit, what's it, hyper disorder, something like that. Look, like ADHD, you know what I mean. Go figure it out. If you don't know, go look it up on Google. Because I be forgetting about the H part. That's the
hypertension.
Hypertension. That's what it is. Okay, it's an attention deficit hypertension disorder. Okay, so if I forget about the hypertension again, short term, that's the ADHD kicking in its hypertension form.
Yeah.
Yeah. We also have Miss Nebraska, so we're gonna give her a shout to her. Salutes to the sis or whatever. You know, Miss Nebraska is from the corn, right?
That's right.
She's always gonna be representing like Kellogg's, like cornflakes too. You know what I mean? So
hey, Kellogg's is here. It smells really good near Kellogg's. It's delightful.
It's all right, you know.
Smells nice.
We also have House of Ice. Okay, salutes to the sis, right? Thank you for tuning in. And then we have, oh my gosh, wait a minute, look outside. Oh shoot, right? The sun is out, but all right. But when the raindrops fall from the skies, okay, we got Miss She Stole My Thunder, okay, who's so fly. See, I'm improving. I'm gonna start adding rhymes into my syllables. Miss She Stole My Thunder. But salutes to you. Thank you for tuning in, my fellow Canadian. Okay, and then Miss Nebraska is still in the building. So again, shout outs to you, sis. Right now, Lola. Now, just because Miss Nebraska's from Nebraska, right, doesn't mean that you guys should be playing with girls from Nebraska now, right? You know, Miss Nebraska got some fire in here though. When it's needed.
Wow. All right. I don't even know what to say that. It's really ridiculous.
Anyways, Miss Polly, right? So
yeah.
What we talking about tonight?
Okay. We are talking about ADHD and relationships. I expounded to being poly because I think it's a good question. Like even if you're monogamous, but what happens when you have ADHD in relationships, and how does that affect if you have more than one relationship? And as you guys know, I picked you two especially because I know that we all kind of, we have challenges with ADHD. We're a little bit older, so we didn't grow up under the generation of medication. We were raised under the generation of just, get a whipping or figure it out. And so we learn how to figure it out. Or or just get beaten till you figured it out. So,
I mean, to be honest with you, ADHD didn't really even exist, in our times. We're just like ADHD. What? I know one thing. You better go out there and do those goddamn drawers. That's what you're gonna do. If you don't remember that, you're gonna remember this whooping.
That's what you got. Yes. So, I do want to give us a little bit of conversation tonight. I think it will be fun, a little. Because, want to talk about how it affects our relationships and maybe give some tips to some people on how to manage it, or maybe if they have a partner or a person they like, they can figure out how to deal with that person a little bit differently or be considerate of some of the things. So one of the issues I will bring up is that the real problem with ADHD is basically saying that you have a dopamine deficiency. A lot of people get dopamine from just being regular, normal people, and some of us have to get it from different things. Okay, so your diet is really part of it, and we'll go through some of those things But dopamine is really big. If you guys don't know, if you take Coke, you know. I'm not saying you should take Coke. You're not for that, but
Like
you know,
cocaine and cocaine.
yes. Dope. Yeah, there's like 2.5% like dopamine. And every time you take a hit of that, they say, you know, when you have chocolate, it has dopamine in it. So people who eat a lot of chocolate, sometimes it's because you need dopamine and you're trying to get the high from it, and it only lasts a little bit. Caffeine is another thing that ADHD people take, and what's so funny is that we take it, but short term, and sometimes, well, most of the time, it's the opposite effect. You go to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
You're tired. So these so if you
Don't give me
like it's straight up like
don't give me coffee. Hold on. Look. Let me tell you something about the coffee, right? How it affects me, right? Okay. So the way how coffee affects me, see, it don't get me perked up like how you guys be getting perked up. All right. See, it's like a slow slump, right? That's why don't give me no coffee, especially while I'm driving too. Oh, you want some coffee? No. I'll be like,
oh
my God.
You know what I mean? I'll be up in heaven, sweet heaven with coffee.
Wait. This is the worst one. Like you try to take an energy drink thinking you're gonna get hyped, and then like you just go right to bed. Just like
take a whole nap. Just take a
it didn't even work. I'm like, that must not be good for your heart, because you know it's supposed to be pumping. It's like, no. Good night.
And you wake up more tired. It's like, man, I should drink Kool-Aid.
Man. Council says having ADHD is a ball of fun. It's only a ball of fun, right? If you're in a meeting and everybody's just talking a bunch of boring stuff, and you're just like, you know what? Thank God I got my cell phone to amp up my ADHD. And by the time it's all over and they ask that question, I'm like, huh? Oh, yeah. Good stuff. Hey, man. Hey, you know what? You did a good job, man. It was great. What was the things that's like? Oh man, you know, I love all of it, bro. It was so much, man. I loved it all. I can't even tell you right now because I love everything that you said so much. Everything was my favorite. And they'll take it and run. You know? I love it.
Oh Jesus, no. This is bad. Okay, so everyone thinks it's fun. It is funny, I think, sometimes, but it's not funny if you're in a relationship with people. And let's just say you go somewhere, like especially on a date. Oh my God. First date, right? You're talking to someone and you're literally staring at them and they have the whole conversation with you and you're like, I'm gonna need you to run that back. Like, I missed like 30 minutes. I didn't hear nothing you said at all. I don't know what you said. They feel like you weren't paying attention. I'm just like, no, it wasn't you. So I now have learned to be like, if someone's talking, I'm like, what the? I'm like, no, you know what? I'm sorry. I need you to say that again. Like, I actually will tell them to stop. I'm like, because I don't want you to go on. I'm missing it. And I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
You ever did that? Okay, yeah. So those are
for me, I need to be, we have to walk and talk for me to listen.
There you go.
Sit down and talk. I'm like, yeah, because you want to sit down and talk and I don't know you, and we want to sit down and talk. I'll be looking at you like, in the back of my mind, I'm like, did I leave the oven on? I got hungry. I'm really hungry. What I want to eat? Why are they talking about? Weren't they happy? Was I happy before I met them? Can I be happy again? And I'm like, I'm lost in space. And then they're like, you have something to say? And I'm like, no. And then they say like, well, maybe you should have some time to think about it. Now that's the part that's dangerous. Because for me to think about it, I've done forgot about you.
I don't know what's a boring conversation.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Well, you know, I don't like to kind of like sit down like and have a conversation. I gotta like, I feel like I have to get up and move, right? Maybe some mental stimulation. But the thing is, like, subconsciously, I feel like if I'm not in the best of shape, if you're gonna talk to me like for hours, I gotta get up and move something, because otherwise, if I'm sitting here, especially as a driver too, I'm gonna fall asleep because your heart rate slows down like when you're sitting, and that's not really good. Especially in long hours of meetings and all that. Like, I gotta get up, stretch, kick my leg, do something, tap, whatever. But I also want to go back, right? Because Miss Polly, like you mentioned about the dopamine, right?
Yes.
Okay. Is it dopamine that's helpful for people with ADHD, or is it like not so helpful? Is it the opposite?
It's helpful. It's helpful. We don't produce it, so it's helpful. Yeah. So you want to get dopamine, and that's why we have a tendency to get addicted to certain things, because we're craving the dopamine. So like that's why I said a lot of people who have ADHD, they try to self-medicate, sometimes with marijuana, sometimes with other things, alcohol, and you can only get a certain high from that. And then when it's not there, you just continue to do it. You're not actually really addicted to the actual thing you're doing. It's the high from doing it, and that's why they get tangled up, like sex addicts. I think they can have that dopamine deficiency because having even sex, it's almost as high as getting a hit of coke for people who don't have dopamine. So people,
different types. There's two different types, because there's the ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's the hyper, right? If you're hyper, you get something that brings you down. I'm not the hyper one. I'm the other one. Like, so I need something to just like to give me a little bit of energy because I need coffee. So like it's like, so me drinking or doing cocaine, I don't need nothing hype. I just need something just to make me mellow out. Just slide in. But the problem with coffee, I'll slide in and I'll just like, woo. And for me, it was so bad. Like, I'll literally not drink not one cup of coffee. I drink like three like those big giant cups of coffee, which is like 10 cups inside. And I'll just adjust my self-medication because I needed to stay level.
Yeah.
Right. I'm reading all these comments. So yeah, so they said, what age were you diagnosed? So I think my brother had it. He's younger than me. He had it. And my mom actually put him on medication because he, like you said, now if you don't know, let's just back it up. Sorry, that's my ADHD. So ADHD is two parts. There's a hypertension, there's an attention deficit, and then there's the hypertension. So some people have both, some people have one or the other. And I don't have the hyper part. I think I had a little bit. I think I had both, but the hyper part was when I was younger. And now I'm more of a just attention deficit. But there's some people who are just really, like you said, like all over. Like my children, it's hereditary. So one of my sons, he has the hyper. He has both, but he just all over. Like, good Lord, like the energy is out of this world. Like, it's crazy. And I'm just like, listen, and being in the room with him and me, and I'm like, oh my God. So it's a lot. So. Yeah, I wasn't diagnosed, but I ended up, when I was starting to go to college, I just started telling myself, I said, it takes me, I love going to school, of learning new things, but it's taking me 6 hours to read 70 pages. And why get D's when I can get A's? I just said, don't do that. And I went to the doctor and I was like, listen, it's not working out. And then they gave me some medicine, and then I kind of got a little bit of medication, and then later on, like, I went to therapist for my son, and they would look at me and they'd be like, "You have it too." And that's why they would do.
You just pass that shit down to your family genes. I see.
Yeah.
Bronny says she has ADHD too. Okay. So you can feel us though. Okay. For me, I think it's the hypertension, but I didn't really like look that up. Most people at the time would say like it's more like on a hyperactive type of scale where like your mind could be like all over the place, but I don't know. I feel like I kind of have like the worst because there's always so many things that I'm thinking about, and then it's like in conversations, if I don't get my words out in time, then I know I'm gonna forget, which that's why I have to write notes. But I forgot to grab my notepad for this one, but it's all good.
Wait.
We've been laughing about the notes. We're laughing about the notes.
Everybody. That's the sign. Someone asked me one day, we were on the screen and I said, "Can't you tell we have ADHD?" I said, "We always have a pen and a paper somewhere."
Yes.
Look at it. Yes. Every single one always. Yes. Look. What the hell is this? I have to.
It sounds to notebooks though. I'm gonna grab my notebook.
Yeah, because like people like, oh, try typing, try texting yourself. That don't work. Texting do not work. I need to write it down. That's the whole thing, like that dual activity. I gotta listen to you, write it down. I gotta think, write it down. I gotta say something, write it down. It does not work to text myself. I send myself a bunch of texts. I never read it. I never read the text I send myself. I got 250 unread texts I sent to myself. That it don't work. I can, you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, if I write down, I got so many notebooks in my house. It's just a sad. I got notebooks in my car. I got 3 notebooks in my backpack. I got notebooks everywhere because I need it.
You have to. So those are ways we manage, right? Hey, big slap jack. Like a lot of us managing. So like I said, when back in the day, you had to mask it. That's what they call it, like masking. You mask your symptoms and you figured out how to manage them. So a lot of people who meet any one of us probably won't say, "Oh, you have a problem." There's things like I've done where I've had to just manage doing certain things, outburst. Like I just want to scream sometimes. People don't even know. I just want to yell for no reason in this store. But I don't. But I want the point is I want to do it. That's really the problem. So I get it. So like I said, I was going to talk about ways we can get dopamine. I just found out one yesterday, which was take cold showers. It gives you dopamine high, a rising dopamine high for up to 3 hours. And I was like, wait a minute. Maybe I should start doing that. Let's get it together and keep it up a little higher. And that's a good way to do it. And they said to also the caffeine. You got to stop your caffeine naps. I know you love caffeine, Stan, but please just chill out on caffeine. Another tip I would give someone before we get into the relationship conversation would be people who like you get it's called it's ADHD. You get basically sometimes you get overwhelmed and people think you're overwhelmed. Looks like you're gonna freak out. You'll get paralysis and you look lazy and you won't do anything at all. And so some tricks are putting shoes on all day. Like don't take your shoes off because it makes you feel like you have to go do something. I know that sounds crazy. Try it. These are the little things you can do. Put on your shoes and like sit on the couch. Some people wear shoes in their house, but people who don't, it like will make you feel like, well, I have these shoes on. I should be walking or moving. And so you can kind of keep yourself. I do more work when I have my shoes on in the house. It doesn't make any sense, but it makes sense because it works. Okay. And so before we get into the relationship and thing, you guys want to say anything else about any tips?
Wait. Well, Mario was talking about how he did it. Then it'd be my turn to talk about how I knew about how I got diagnosed.
Yeah.
Because Mario, go ahead, Mario, because you're talking about how you got diagnosed or possibly got diagnosed growing up.
Yeah. Probably around I said 3 or 4. You know what I mean? But see, here's the cold kicker, right? Now, Stan, you probably know this as well too. Okay. It's funny how people use different words now these days, right? That's more or less offensive, but at the time, doctors used to label. Okay, the same way how doctors was laboring when people get sick or die or whatever, and they'll say, "Oh, he had or he or she had the Roni or whatever." You can't say the whole word, right? And they kept placing that stamp on it. Back in the early '80s, look, if you had ADHD. If you had sickle cell, if you had anything, right, that was just mentally off for a bit, right? They'll put the R word in a minute. They'll please. Yeah. I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, hey, I ain't nowhere near from that, I mean, you can't say that on YouTube, right? But we started, okay? We'll say it like that. But the hypertension part or whatever. They said that was one of it, and just you know, their recommendations is always like taking pills or whatever, but I don't believe in taking medication because sometimes once you get onto that medication, you're going to be hooked for that, and then you have to rely on it. And then when you're off your medication, then you're 10 times as worse. Okay? I have family members that was taking medication for one thing, and then it always leads to another thing once you try to wean off of it, or you have to switch up on medication. So I just pretty much, I know like things that will catch my focus. Okay? Pretty hot women. Okay? And conversations that is not boring. That's just simple as that. If you talk about something that's whack, of course I'm going to tune you off. I think anybody will tune you off. A child will tune you off or whatever. I think pretty much so many people are boring. It just increases the level of ADHD, you know. But I did have a question that I wanted to ask, but I'll get to Stan and then I'll ask my question.
You want to read the board first before I go? Because I know you got a lot of stuff on the board. Mario,
what's that again, Stan?
Do you want to read what's up from the chat?
Well, answer your question first, Stan, because you didn't answer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, don't worry. I'll answer them. I'll read chat in a minute.
All right. Am I frozen? Because it looked like I'm frozen. Oh, I'm back. Okay.
No, you're good.
All right. Okay. So for me, I grew up in Florida. I went to Dade County. So I went to school, Opelika, Dade County. I got diagnosed in the first grade because I daydreamed a lot. My school the schools were very proactive. Now, my parents are Caribbean, so I won't tell you what happened. You're gonna laugh, right? They put me into, and it was like a lot of kids got diagnosed, so they couldn't put you a special education class. So they had to really implement. It was like an extracurricular activity, right? And what it was called ESP, which was educational. It was ESP, which is Educational Supplementary Program, right?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So it's additional. It's a workbook, and you meet after school, and you work and do the workbooks, right? Mm-hmm. Look, my parents thought they was putting me into a school of witchcraft, cause ESP.
Okay.
Oh no, it gets worse. It gets worse, right? Then you're in school. They give you a spelling book, which you remember because you have to read. You gotta spell words, right? Right. It was a whole book that you had to. My parents, you had both of these, and they had to sign off. And next thing I know, I'm going. My parents were Pentecostal, so I was going to Pentecostal churches. I was going to the Pentecostal meeting that night. Everybody laying hands on me, praying, burning my books. I'm like, that's school books. So what I had to do, and if I didn't sign the stuff, that meant I've got to repeat the second grade again. So what I did was I forged the signature. There's number one. I did forge signature. Mind you, at 7, I forged signatures. And then I learned to walk home. Right, so I always missed the bus because I had to tell my parents I had detention, and then on top of that, I finished the workbook on my own. So mind you, my parents were immigrants, so a lot of homework I've done growing up, I had to I learned by myself, and I learned different ways of studying and remembering things because I couldn't get the help without the cultural stuff that was going on because they thought they were doing. There was send me off to witchcraft school, and I'm like, before Harry Potter, they thought I'm like, there's such thing, like you're gonna send me to witchcraft school. So, but so what was good about Dade County was they had something called Chapter 1, right? And Chapter 1 was basically they were like a bigger class. I'll be in 1 year, right? And I didn't do well. But the next year, I'm in a smaller class, which is only 15, and it was only 15 people. But I would excel. I'm shooting, high in the scores and everything else. Then the next year, they'll put me in a regular class, but the regular class have 50 people, and I'll struggle a little bit. and then the next year they'll put me in chapter 1. And that's when they figure out, like, for me, going into big classes doesn't work because I can't pay attention to big classrooms. I need to stay in the smaller classrooms, but my level of learning is high. I just cannot be in a huge classroom. And so it was good to know that type of stuff because that helped me a lot in college later on, like what classes to take and which ones to avoid. The medication part, I feel a little different in medication. Now I have ADD, right? Which is attention deficit disorder. So I daydream a lot growing up. So I needed something to focus. So I needed the medication. Now, when I graduated from high school, I stopped taking it. And that's when my need for caffeine went up, skyrocketed because I was self-medicating without knowing. Caribbean people, I know E's gonna say yes, Caribbean people. I didn't know what medication I was taking. You know what I got told from my parents when they gave it to me every morning? Take it, it costs me money. That's what you cost me money. Take this medication. But mind you, I'm doing well in high school. Like I'm in CP and honor classes, like college prep and honor classes, right? So I didn't know I was taking this medication because it was helping me, concentrate. But all I got told was, this costs me money and you need to take your medication. And I had my access to my pills. It was like, in the morning, here's your pill, take it. You cost me money. That was every morning, you cost me money, take it. And I'm like, okay. That's Haitian parents. You cost me money.
You did. You need to pull it together.
She says, fact. If your parents paid money for something, you better take it.
Right.
Yeah, they didn't tell you what it was. I'm like, what?
And they'll watch you take it too?
Yeah, it costs me money.
Wait. M3, don't do that. Because I'm out here right now. My son, the older one, he's the oldest one. He made me so mad. He will spit it out. I get so upset. He don't want to take it, but he just I like because he just want to run around.
Not with Haitian parents. Haitian parents be like, I got belts, I got central cords. We gonna either have Amistad or we gonna have what's the other guy? It's they do those type of beatings. They're not playing when it comes to their money. Like you spit what?
And it's expensive. It's expensive. Like with insurance, it's about $50. Without insurance, the cost is like about $250 a month, just medication. So you gotta be.
This is like the 80s. There was not insurance. There wasn't insurance. There's really.
That's a lot. And I let you drop a pill. I've had pills get wet, and I've called and been like, "Listen, I know this is a class 3 medication, but I'm gonna need you to fix this like today. Need a whole new bottle."
Yeah, M3, and guess what? They make you wear the clothes they buy. It's like, what you mean you're not wearing that? You know what? This is the only thing you have in this house.
Oh, damn. Yo, Lady E, you need to come up. Like,
I got to blow my nose, making me stress. Lord praise him.
One time I asked my father, M3, guess what? One time I asked my father, is like, do you love me? And you know what he said? Don't I let you inside the house? Don't let you. Do I ever leave you outside?
You kind of question this dad stand. Don't ever question.
That was his answer. That's how you treat. I like. He said, "Don't let you eat at the table. Do you ever eat on the floor?" I'm like.
Hey, well look, Lola. At least he answered your question with a question. Most of the time, especially with Southern parents, right? They'll tell you one thing and that's it. You're like, question me again, you're getting your ass beat. Okay?
Hey, don't do that. Wait a minute. Oh.
Shut up. Yeah.
Okay, Slap want to add to something. I know you added. Did you bring him up to?
You just call him Slaps?
I didn't know. Did he want to share before we go to the relationship part prior?
Oh, for sure.
No, I'm just listening. Y'all can go into the relationship part.
Okay.
Wait, Miss Paula. Okay,
yes,
can I ask one question? It is.
And hold on, no, them three, because we got to get this. We got to get this. We got to get this right, Miss Polly.
Hold on. If it's up, then it's stuck, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What do you got to clear up? Clear it up.
It's big rig slaps, Miss Polly.
I'm sorry.
Hey, what's up, big slaps? Like, damn, where's the rig at?
No, I just wanted to say big slaps. Like, I have a problem. Can't you tell? We talked. That's why we're on the show to understand I have an issue. So just accept me for this to be great.
I got you.
Okay. I'll try to do better next time.
So, Ms. Paul, let me ask you this question, okay?
Yes.
Since we're all talking about relationships.
Absolutely.
So, does all women have ADHD?
No.
Okay. Well, since you said no, let me ask you a question in your response. So, if you think that all women don't have ADHD, then why all women don't be listening? Okay, why they don't be listening to men?
Okay, that's a whole other conversation. I'll tell you what it is. It's called selective hearing. Okay, there's a big difference. Women don't want to hear the bullshit. They want to hear. They want to hear the underlying point. Like, you can talk all day about. Let's just give an example. If you come home and you're like, "Hey, I came home late. I was hanging out with what's his name, and I didn't call. I'm sorry. We was chilling." All she heard was blah blah blah. You didn't answer your phone. That's what she heard. She didn't care. Mm-hmm. So that's selective hearing. She only heard the part that mattered to her was why you didn't, call, and that was it. And you explaining it sounds like wow, 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 wow. That's what it sounds like. Wow, wow, wow.
What's up, man?
Very good. How are you?
It sounds just like that. Don't sound like that. So what you should do is, first off, men should just prep. Like I said, this is issues with ADHD. We gotta prep. So you gotta be like, I'm probably not gonna, like, I tell my partners, I'm consistently, not consistent. Like, I'll do things like sit in my car for 3 hours in the parking lot and I'll be home. And you may think I'm running the streets. I'm letting you know. That's me. And if I come home and I say, you be like, where you been? I'll be like, in the car, eating cookies and looking at YouTube in the car. You have to believe me because I probably did do that. You know what I mean? You got to know the people you're with. Just know that's me.
All right. I dig it. So, all right. So, I know you want to go ahead and jump into like the relationship questions. So go ahead and hit us with it. Rufus Truth, I'll let you answer it first.
Okay, we're gonna start with So I don't know what Ruthless is up here. We got to give him a chance. Do you have ADHD or are you just normal? Supposedly. Normal. Okay. Let's make sure if we jump in. So we got 2 normal people and 3 unnormal people. Okay.
Hold on, you didn't really ask Big Riggs like was he normal or not?
I did. He said he was normal. That's what he told me. Quietly.
All right.
Just saying, unless he wants to change it, I think we're on the same page. So one of the big things people complain about relationships with ADHD is that it is out of sight, out of mind. You don't exist. Okay, You don't exist. So that's when a woman or a man, says they're gonna text, they don't text back, or they say they're gonna call, they don't call back, and it's always the time, and they'll call and say, "Oh, I really did forget." That's a big, big issue when you have ADHD. And then also people who are long distance, they struggle with it. Standos, they struggle with it. I didn't see you for 3 weeks. Like, it's like you don't exist. And it's hard to say that to people. So like, how do you forget I exist? It's like, I'm not interacting with you. So you have to like learn little tricks. You got to have, you know, conversations. We're in 2023. Video call exists. You should be able to interact with people in a better way. Do you think that affects you guys that way? Out of sight, it doesn't exist.
You want Mr. Ruthless to answer first, or
whoever wants to answer first?
Well, I was gonna let Ruthless. Go ahead, Ruthless.
Okay, so you just let me get a better understanding. So we're talking about out of sight, out of mind in a relationship, right?
Yes.
That's a bit far-fetched, right? Because to those, maybe, I don't think it's out of sight, out of mind all the time, but maybe sometime that it just, you're not the most important thing at the moment. And this could become a problem for mainly females, right? Because they want to be the center of attention. That, you know, they want you to be pretty much on the dog leash. Make sure that, you know, a lot of times they text you because they want to know where you at or what you're doing, right? They need you to text back right away. Hurry up. If you don't text back within a certain amount of time, they think, and their mind insecurity start kicking in, and then they start building these cases in their head, and then they start thinking all these crazy things, and then, if, you know, to you, you're just like, maybe see the text, and like, oh, I'm gonna get back to you later because I'm doing this right now, and you didn't mean no harm by it, but this is the disconnect, and this starts to create a communication problem in the relationship because now, finally, when you guys get connected, she's automatically, most of the time, going to make accusations. That's not substantiated, but mainly going on her intuition and the fact that you did not text back or return the call in a timely manner, which she felt should have been done. And that is, I believe that's overdoing it. I believe that's too much because if you guys have something that's, you know, a foundation that you can build on, is even if I don't call you back right away, maybe I will call you back, or maybe I'll text you back. It's not that I'm not thinking of you, or it's not that I don't want you, or that I'm with some other person. It's just that unless it's an emergency or something like detrimental, I maybe feel like I'll do it later, and that should be that. And this is how we have to understand. Even though you have these things going in your head, you gotta keep that to yourself. You got to let that go. You got to say, hey, I'm happy. He makes me happy. You know, this is my man. And until I see with my own eyes, and I have a substantial, overwhelming amount of evidence to prove otherwise, then he's just gonna get back to me when he get back to me. I'm just gonna eat my cookies in the car, and we're gonna keep it pushing. And when females learn that, this divorce rate will drop and substantially.
Okay.
Because remember, men and women, we don't think alike. We don't think alike. You know what I mean? In terms of those small details, right? So that's what women have to understand, that we're not them in alignment with thoughts all the time.
So I hear what you're saying. So from a person who is not suffering from ADHD, I would agree. Now, I would like Stan to answer next because he suffers from ADHD, and I'm sure he's dropped the ball enough to give
all
us
the time.
Okay.
Literally all the time, because if I'm getting a text when I'm doing something else that I'm interested in, I'm not aware of the time zone. Like, literally, if I'm in a book, forget it. If I'm watching, what do you call it, binge watching, absolutely forget it. I hear bells going everywhere else, but my focus is so much on what I'm watching, and I'm trying to like, okay, I got one more chance with this series. I'm gonna turn this off after this. Then something else happens, and I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm already 4 episodes in. Let me go for 15. I'm not getting no sleep. And literally, that's what happened to me. Unless you're making an appointment with me on my end, like if we know that we're gonna meet up, right, and we got a date, on my end, I'll be like, okay, I'm not going to do activities that are gonna get my attention. I won't read. I won't listen to music, nor will I watch a series TV. I'll put on live TV, so I don't be so engulfed in it, nor would I cook. So I have to make sure like I only do like 3 errands for the day, so I don't get lost. Get lost in myself, because that's a real struggle, because I can get into like do one thing to another thing and I'm forgetting like, wait a minute, I'm actually here to get quarters from the bank, but then I went to Target. Then after that, like, wait a minute, I just saw this at a TJ Maxx, which is down this way. I go to TJ Maxx, I'm like, you know what? I just saw this at Ross and I need to go and
See,
then after
you have
that,
no business. Don't do it, Sam.
but, right? And I'm like, you know what? I'm hungry. I didn't eat breakfast. There's a Good Guys. Let me go here. And I ran into a friend. I haven't seen him in a long time. And guess what? He got errands too. Run in. I'm like, oh my God, I haven't seen you since high school. There's like a new reunion. Then after that, we go to Dollar Tree. And then, mind you, it just cascades into so much stuff that I'm like, oh, like, what am I exactly? And I had no quarters to do laundry. But it wasn't something.
I'm going to tell you something. I know this is the ADHD moment right now. You know how many times I've gone to work and been in work and I have not clocked in, and I walk around and they're like, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, wait, I can't do anything. I'm not clocked in. I'm like, at work. They're like, what is wrong with you? I'm like, I don't know. I got it together now.
You see me, everybody looks at me like I have a piece of paper in my hands doing checkoffs, and people looking like, what? I'm like, no, if I don't return phone calls, if I don't add things on, I'm going to forget with the errands I'm doing. And before long, I might call her back. Like one time I called this girl back, I call her back like 1 o'clock in the morning. Mind you, I lost, there's a thing that you lost sense of time. And that's a real thing. You lost a sense of time, because time becomes like this one thing. It's not like, separated. Like I have 30 minutes. It's just one linear line and that's it. And for somebody, if you do long distance, last time you saw them a year ago, for them, they feeling like, man, I haven't seen you, 300,000 minutes, blah, blah, blah. They go in details. For me, I'm feeling like I just saw you yesterday. And it's a weird thing, but I have to, be aware, like, hey, I have to check myself sometimes. Like, hey, you're being kind of selfish.
Okay.
Hey, can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, 84.
What's going on? Salute to everybody on the panel.
What up?
What's going on? Salute to Ruthless Truth. Big Rick Slash, what's going on? Stan, what up? Miss Polly, what up? M3, you know what's good. As far as do I have ADHD or not, this is my stance on just ADHD or any other diagnosis that people give people. If you do your research and you kind of already notice when it comes to mental health or anything like that, we all have different traits of those mental health issues within ourselves. What happens is throughout time, whether we're triggered through trauma or some things are hereditary as well, right? So it could be in your family history as well. So there's different things that can trigger these different things that come out of you. Environment, sometimes a stressful environment, different things can happen that trigger these things, within you. But we all have that in us. So there's not one person walking around that doesn't have that in them. You know what I mean? It's just what happens and what triggers it. And then once it's triggered, right? Once these things are triggered, people have to just be mindful of that. You know what I mean? You have to be mindful of the root of what triggers you. You know what I'm saying? So I think a lot of times we lose the root of what triggers us. You know what I mean? And so with that, we struggle with it throughout our whole life. You know what I'm saying? And I think for me, one of the things that would be a big thing for me that I would run to a lot, especially when I was a lot younger, was anger. I would run to anger a lot. You know what I mean? But I had to see, why would I get so angry so quickly? Why would I let things bother me so quickly? And I would find out and I seen the root of it. And once I found the root, which was, of course, most of the time is in your childhood, correct? I found the root of it. It was in my childhood. I established that root. I dealt with it, and then I was able to grow from it. You know what I mean? So that's what we have to do. We have to establish where these things are coming from, why we feel the things that we feel, and what's triggering these behaviors. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with people. People ain't crazy and all of the bullshit people trying to put out there. It's just the fact that it's different things that happen in their lives, whether it's hereditary or anything else, that triggers these behaviors to happen. And what was the question?
Oh no, I said when it comes to, I was trying to, so the point of view was from us having ADHD and what it's like to talk to someone or be with someone who has ADHD and what it looks like in a relationship in different situations. And I said, if the people who do not feel like they have ADHD, what's their point of view on it? Just for example, when I'm sorry, when so gone. Stan was saying how he does forget to contact someone back, and it's not on purpose, and that when lapses of time don't really bother him, but it could bother a partner that he was with. So, and that's what you're just giving an example of how that bothers him. But for you, the same thing is out of sight, out of mind. How would you think that would make you feel? Or have you ever done it to someone else if you have ADHD? And if you don't have it, has anyone ever done it to you? And said, it's not like I don't like you. It's not something weird. I forget if you exist, basically.
I think that's where you just have to have communication from the gate. You know what I mean? Like, this is how I communicate. These are my expectations. You know what I mean? Can you meet them? You know what I mean? And once I communicate that to you, communicate that back to me, what your expectations are, then I know if we can further this connection. And if we're not able to, more than beyond a friendship or us being associates, then I'm cool with that. You know what I mean? But if we are able to communicate on that vibe, then I'm good with it. But what's not going to happen is that, we made these expectations or we said that we agree upon this, and then either I don't keep my word or you don't keep your word. I'm not doing all that. That's just a waste of time. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So in the beginning, if I hold on, in the beginning, if you tell me, hey, I got ADHD, it may take me a few days to hit you back, whatever. I'm cool with that because now I know. You know what I mean? But if you don't tell me, you know what I mean? And then all these things are happening, of course I'm like, what's up? You know what I mean? Or vice versa. If I know that Monday through Wednesday, I'm super busy at work and I'm not able to call nobody back, I'm just going to tell you, hey, Monday through Wednesday is not a good time for me. Don't even do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to get you back till Thursday. Like, that's just what it's going to be. Excuse me. Hold on.
Salutes to Byron. Thank you for tuning in.
After Mr. Best comes back, does anybody else have anything else to say? Because the next one I have is
probably that's really it for me. That's it. You know what I mean? Like, just keep it clear, keep it consistent. Let your expectations be known. That's all I gotta say.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I got something real quick to say on that.
Okay.
You want me to go next? Or you want Big Ricks to go next?
M3, go ahead and Big Slips. You gonna because Big Slaps. See, I did it again. Big Slaps. We're gonna go with that tonight. If you're gonna remember, people aren't gonna remember. So let's go with the person who's gonna forget. Let's go to M3.
Good thing you don't get nobody's pronouns mixed up. But anyways,
don't judge me. Don't judge me.
You might maybe forget what I was gonna say, but damn. So what I think is okay for me, right?
Yeah.
Now, here's probably one thing that I know we talked about medication, but we don't talk about certain types of medication besides ADHD that can also affect our attention span. Like sometimes, like right now, I took my allergies, right? Because my allergy pills. So the downfall with my allergy pills, besides it being helpful for the moment, it puts me to sleep. Even one time, okay, and I'm not saying that it has no caffeine in it, right? But the problem is, like, if you take any type of medication, like, it's going to increase like your drowsiness, and then once you're feeling all drowsy, it makes it super hard to really focus on the conversation. Which that's why, like, I gotta move around a little bit, because, like I said before, if you're stationary, you're just sitting down on the seat and you listen to people talk, it's gonna be very hard. Just like Stan said earlier, way earlier, you're like, man, I gotta move around. Like he gotta jog, man. He gotta do a couple of laps while he's talking to you or listening to you. That's how you keep us like alive, up and flow. Salutes to like Daryl Long.
Daryl Long, what up, baby?
Mm-hmm. And the thing is, like, it's very important, like, to like just be mindful, like what Mr. Best said, like be mindful of things that do trigger you, because sometimes it be the small things that you're not really thinking about, and then next thing you know, like you're not really listening to the person when they're talking, especially like if they're long-winded or they have a long dialect. The other thing is, I have to bring this little story out, if you don't mind. Sometimes the things that you eat and drink, I know you mentioned about that earlier, Miss Polly. Mm-hmm. Now caffeine definitely is not a good go for me. Okay, and salutes to Notorious Ruthless Media. Shout out to my brother.
What's good?
Yeah. And guys, feel free to come up if you guys want to. My thing is with this. One time, I was trying to treat myself, right, to the problems of my ADHD, and there was some ADHD pills, but it was organic. It was called green tea pills. Yeah. So, okay, you know where this is going, Stan. And I know you'll forget the story, so that's the good thing, right? Unless you check the replay out. But hopefully you forget about the story again.
Okay.
So, as always, caffeine is not our best friend. But I decided, well, let me give it a try. These are pills like for, the improvement for your mental health. So you take these pills and follow as directed. So according to the directions, it told me to take 6 per night. I'm like, really? Okay. I took 6 caffeine pills. Later on that night, around like maybe 3 or 4 in the morning, my wife had to call the hospital or the advice nurse, because it gave me a massive headache, okay, and 2, I was super jittery. So I was stuttering so bad, and my hands were just shaking uncontrollably. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? And so when the advice nurse was asking me what happened, I told her I took these caffeine pills. They're green. This is made out of green tea, like the green tea powder. And then she was like, okay. And I tell her, like, I had the ADHD or whatever. And then she's like, how does it make you feel? How are you feeling right now? And I was trying to tell her that I was tweaking. But when you're stuttering super, like, intensely, twerking came out of my mouth. It was like I was twerking. Yeah, that was a big L that I will always remember. Okay, but yeah, that's how bad it was. Like I couldn't even get tweaking out of my mouth. It just twerking just had to come out. I'm like, why had it been twerking? It's like, oh, twerking. Okay. I know she wanted to laugh, but afterwards, drunk some water, and then it went away. But look, I'll tell you right now, don't overdose yourself with any supplements, okay? Especially if it's caffeine supplements. People with ADHD like us, we would not be able to handle it. So, yeah. Go ahead, Miss Polly. Oh, you read something? Oh no, it happens.
Rick.
Oh, wow. Rigg's down on the bottom. My bad. I'm covering him up.
He gotta go.
Oh, you gotta go, Rig?
Nah. I was just gonna say on the thing about the what'd y'all say, man? How did y'all put it like say you're not there or something long distance, or you don't have interactions for a while, like you guys kind of had a question like that.
Yep. Sorry. Thank you.
Yeah,
do you remember your question like that?
Yeah, we did. So, like, yeah, if you since you said you do not have ADHD, has anyone ever done that to you, or you ever had that happen in a relationship, or do you feel like it's someone just doesn't care, or where's your stance on that?
I think that when it comes to that, whether it's condition or not, just period, just my own self, I would think that just communication is key. You know what I'm saying? So pretty much kind of what the first guy said, I can't see his name, but the guy on the right, Ruthless, kind of what he said, and Mr. Best said, a mixture of the two, because I don't want to say out of sight, out of mind, but at the same time, even though that communication is key, like I said, there's got to be some type of physical. I don't mean physical like we got to be in bed or anything like that, but there's got to be some physical. So that's why, to me, like with the whole long distance thing, yeah, you could do the FaceTime and all that, you know, new age type of thing, but it's just not the same. You know what I'm saying? It's like you can't go out and really go enjoy a movie together or have dinner or something together, or, you know, something of that nature. It would kind of, I don't want to say fake, but it would just be different if you're doing it FaceTime. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to say out of sight, out of mind, but it could possibly end up becoming that person being back burner. You know what I'm saying? Because it just ain't gonna work if that's gonna kind of be the way it's set. Everybody can kind of forget a text or something, and if, you know, the ADHD thing, like you were saying, come into play, as long as there's communication and you know, like, hey, you know, I do these things sometimes, you know what I'm saying, and it's noted, you know what I'm saying. But now if you don't bring that to the table like that, then somebody gonna take it as if, you know, you lightweight playing games. Now, when you said the thing about sitting in the car, you know what I'm saying, for maybe an hour or two, you know, watching some videos or whatever and eating cookies, you feel me? Hey, that's kind of a you know, an eye opener, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, to the average person, they would be like, you know, hey, that's some bullshit, you know what I'm saying? But for you to put it like that in the way you explain it, you know, you couldn't be mad at it. Now, if you just doing that and your person, you know, the person you with don't really know, that's kind of like your get down, you know what I'm saying? That's how they gonna take it. And then if you end up telling them after periods of time, hey, that's my get down, they're gonna think of it as full of shit. But if you kind of bring it to the table like, hey, this is what I do, it's nothing to be, I'm not being disrespectful or nothing like that, you know, that's just what it is, you know what I'm saying? That was pretty dope to hear you say that, because, you know, I can see that as being an issue from both sides, you know what I'm saying? Both sides of the table, male or female, you know what I'm saying? So just communication is key. That's all.
Right. Now, we're going to point out this, because I want to say, so most monogamous relationships are not based on that. Most monogamous relationships, since they've been, you know, the you know, most common way to do relationships in America, everyone kind of comes to the table just thinking that everyone's on the same page. So there's not really a lot of conversation when you have relationships. Yeah, you talk about like main things, like, okay, maybe you talk about what do you like to do, who, you know, oh, you know, that all that lovey-dovey stuff in the beginning. But no one really gets down to those questions until something happens. That's when monogamous relationships usually have conversations, is when something occurs that someone doesn't like. In poly relationships, it's more like, let's talk about stuff that's probably going to be uncomfortable, or things I know that you may not like. So I do like the fact that poly has opened up that realm, because when you go into a relationship with more than one person, I automatically have to set up the idea that I'm going to have some conversations that are uncomfortable. And even if they may not happen, I want you to be prepared that it might happen, if that makes sense. So if you're in a relationship and let's say I'm day one person and I'm about to date someone else, I might say, hey, listen, hey, some of my other partners, like sometimes they work a certain weird schedule. So like they might call me and be like, hey, we need to go somewhere, at this time. I only have a short amount of time. I'm going to let you know that may happen ahead of time. I'm not going to wait until he does it and pisses you off. I'm going to tell you, hey, this happens sometimes. Just be prepared. It could happen. It may not. It may never happen. We may never have an issue. But just for you to know, it's kind of like setting up someone for success. And I like that Poly does that. So with ADHD, especially having it, those conversations happen or try to take place during the vetting process so that people aren't like, what the heck is happening? So those are things that take place in monogamy. It doesn't like that. It's just like, wait until some stuff happens and then tell me you're mad. Or if you even tell me you're mad or you're not spiteful or petty and get back at me, we'll have a conversation then. So I just want to throw that out there. But moving into our next thing that might be stressful for some people is ADHD people usually have spending habits that are weird. Spending habits, especially for the women. They tend to have a lot of regret purchases, but men too. But they'll buy something and there's a lot of regret purchases. I don't know about the gentlemen here, but do you have weird spending issues that could cause problems in your relationship, especially if you're a lady and you like spending your man's money and you run around getting out of line? I'm just being honest. And then you're like trying to make excuses why you're an impulsive buyer in the store because you have an impulse issue from ADHD. What about yourself, Stan? Go ahead.
Okay. I won't call it weird spending habits. Maybe it's maybe. Okay, I'm being prideful. All right, so I will have a list, right? I'm making sure I'm only spending stuff on the list. And then I realized something. I need to get some batteries because Christmas is like 9 months ahead and the kids gonna want, that's what, then I'll buy batteries. And then when I buy the batteries, I see the TV and I'm just like, you know what? My mom is gonna be spending time with me this summer and she needs her own TV. No. And it will start, I start going to downfall. So my list was only $20. I already spent $300 at Target or $500.
Don't do it.
Because I'm thinking ahead of time. I think somebody mentioned time wrap. Like literally, it's for real. Because the urgency of tomorrow feels as real as it's happening right now. It's a weird thing because I'm thinking about something that's like months ahead of time. And it's urgent. It feels urgent. Like I need to take care of it right now. But I put myself on the budget. Yeah, it took a lot of things for me to get that out the way, but I was like that before.
I got you. Okay, that's bad. What about you, M3? You have an impulse issue?
Hell to the no. But here's the thing, right? I don't think like ADHD has anything to do like as far as having like poor spending habits. I just think sometimes, man, like if you're just like an emotional spender, wherever you're a guy, girl, whatever, you're gonna be spending on like a lot of things that may be valuable to you, but realistically, it's not valuable overall.
Okay.
See, I'm a frugal guy, right? If I could get something for free, that's the best meal for me. Okay, there's certain things that you could go around without having to spend a dime. But the problem is, right? And I think a little bit is more like on the women's side because you ladies are like the largest consumers in America. So you see like like the nails, like you guys will spend like $50 just to paint your nails or get like those like clip-ons or whatever, and then it's going to break within 3 days. Then you guys going to have to spend more money. You guys want to see like a Gucci purse, a Prada purse or whatever. Look. And yet alone, you also have the wonderful simps, right? That comes to your way, and then they shower you guys with an allowance. So then you guys get spoiled. So you guys don't really know the concept of money and savings. That's just what it is. So, unfortunately, you guys spend it on a bunch of chivalrous shit that is not really necessary compared to men. But they know you guys are emotional spinners because you guys live for the moment and not for tomorrow.
Okay, you feel that way? But Stan just said he was buying for 9 months later. So,
there's an urgency. There's an urgency.
It's urgency, like you won't have the opportunity again.
But
like,
every day.
I'm not thinking that it's 9 months ahead. It feels like it's happening now. That's something I had to learn in therapy of not like whatever I'm thinking ahead is not happening now because I have ADD, which is attention deficit disorder. So I'm thinking ahead. So the anxiety of planning something that I'm like, we do this now.
Right.
And it's like, no, it's going to be okay. There's always batteries. So this is not what I'm going through now, but in the past I've gone through that. Like I had to stop. They used to call me Boy Scout because literally I was prepared. Like I was always, you know,
you bought a baby grab
for something because I was just the anxiety of tomorrow.
But Stan,
you know,
for that part, I for your story, I definitely understand. But you know, in America, they really take advantage of people like us. They really play into that, and because the whole trick of the game is to promote scarcity. That's why on most of these deals, and I had to really read up. I had to really like analyze and think like, you know what? They'll say that if you don't get this plan, it's gonna go away forever. Now some deals do go away for a lifetime, and you just miss out on it. Okay, but sometimes you gotta follow your heart, right? And if the heart is telling you, hey man, you don't need those batteries, save your money. Or you don't need those shoes, save your money.
Oh,
invest it into index funds, invest into the stock market. So that way you could buy more shoes. And then you can have a lifetime, well, okay, not a lifetime, but maybe a 10-year span worth of batteries then. Okay. But see, those greedy sellers, right, will always try to sell you something to get you caught up so you can live for the moment.
Okay.
Wait, hold on, everybody. Stop the tape, because I'm going to share a whole salute.
You broke up.
But I'm not even going to share my salute yet. I'm gonna let House of Ash go, and then I'm going to salute the House of Ash. I'm glad you're up here. Go ahead, House of Ash.
Salute.
Wait a minute, y'all. Can y'all hear me? Because I can barely hear y'all.
No, perfect. You're fine. You're perfectly fine. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Hey. Hi, y'all. So what I missed? What's the questions? I was trying to log in.
You're saying spending habits. Yeah, spending habits of someone ADHD, but we don't know if you have it or not, so you have to tell us that. And then you feel like impulse buying?
After some diligent research, I have undiagnosed ADHD. Okay. So impulse buying, like right now, I'm trying to find some chocolate milk because I really want it. So yeah, that is something that I do have a problem with. And I think that's a part of the dopamine hit because it just increases that for some odd reason. You know, you see something shiny, and especially if you go shopping for one thing, you come out with 12. It's just it's one of those things because it's like, oh, look at all these things I have, knowing damn well you don't need it. So yeah, I do impulse buy. I try not to. You know, I have my daughter who's very diligent and budget minded. So she'll be like, Mom, do we really need this? And she'll kind of like reel me back in. So sometimes you do need that help. You do need a buddy system to kind of like really kind of ground you is what I feel with ADHD. And it doesn't have to be necessarily anyone with a neurotypical brain or a neurodivergent. It kind of can be both. But you kind of just help each other to ground each other. So that's what I've learned so far.
Mm-hmm. That's wonderful. I like that. Yeah, that's good stuff.
Yeah, good stuff for real. I'll say this. Okay, so I think it's a 3-part thing, and I'm gonna answer the question as well. It's a 3-part thing. I think, because I just want to get this out so I don't forget. One, I would say certainty, help, and support. Reason why I say that is because you want to be certain. Salute to Don GQ. You want to be certain that the diagnosis that you have is actually the real diagnosis. Because sometimes you can be misdiagnosed, right? Sometimes somebody can tell you have something, you don't have it at all, and then years later you're taking all this medication, you're getting all this help, and it's nothing what you have at all, right? And you just basically being a guinea pig to the system. Or people just want to control you with a diagnosis, right? People want to control you. They want to put you in a box, right? And they want to basically use you and basically use that diagnosis as an excuse to take advantage of you. And sometimes, unfortunately, you know what I mean? And I'm just going to be completely 100. Sometimes there's nothing wrong with this person. They're just an asshole. Okay? I'm just going to put it out there. Sometimes there's not the fact that you have any type, you're not, it ain't the fact that you're bipolar, you're ADHD, and none of that. You're just an asshole. Okay? And you have asshole traits. All right? And in these asshole traits, you decide to do certain things. Stan is dying laughing because you know I'm telling the truth. Sometimes you're just an asshole. And that's just what it is, right? But I'm, you know what I mean? Hopefully that's nobody here, okay? Hopefully it's somebody else, all right? Now, the reason I say help is that you want to make sure you're getting the right help, right? You Stan is dying laughing. You want to make sure you're getting the right help, you know what I mean? And also, in getting help, don't be afraid to seek help, right? If you really see that there's things going on, don't be afraid. Seek the help, talk to who you need to talk to, take whatever you need to take, and make sure you're seeking the right help. Like, that's huge. Like, because only you can do that for yourself. The last part I would say is support. If you know people that's going through this stuff, support them. Like, don't judge them. Don't start making jokes and, you know what I mean, being mean and saying little slick things. Like, that don't help nobody. You know what I'm saying? Because, trust me, there's something in your life that's going to happen, and you're going to need support. All right? And those same people that you was going at, yeah, you know what I mean? It's funny how life turns. Now, as far as the question was, do I have anything that I do that's kind of like out there or whatever, like that's not disciplined? Nah. I'm like super disciplined. I don't really fuck around like that. Like, like I know, like I literally know how much I'm gonna spend on gaming literally every year, and I love the game. Like, I literally know I'm not gonna spend excuse me, y'all.
Yeah, Mr. Best has spit some good important points, you know. You definitely want to make sure that you're not misdiagnosed. And especially,
yeah, I was laughing hard when he said, "You just an asshole," and I'm like, I think about one person kept on popping my head, like, "Yes, sir, you are." No, it's the guy, not 84, but it's the guy because he has diagnosis. But I'm like, but dude, you also you have a personality disorder because which you can't be fixed, right? That's something that's a different show. But there are some people out there, they use their diagnosis just to be a villain in other people's lives.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah, but those are the people that just fake the funk, pretty much.
Let me say my last point, fam. I'm sorry. My allergies are kicking my ass, but it is what it is. I'm battling.
Oh my God, you and my daughter too.
Man, but I'm here. So my last point is, I know how much I'm gonna spend on gaming. I already know like what clothes I'm gonna buy, when I'm gonna buy them. Like everything is literally scheduled out for me. I know like when I want to take vacation, when I'm gonna buy the ticket. Like I'm very, very, very efficient when it comes to things that I want to do, especially if it's something that I really like or that's important to me. Like, just whatever. Like, You know what I mean? The only thing I'm kind of really not efficient with, but I think shit, I'm even efficient with that too nowadays, is food. Like when it comes to like healthy food, like or even like buying like healthy supplements or medication, I will spend any amount of money literally on that shit. Like I'm not gonna lie. If you tell me take the supplement and you really prove to me that it could work and I can see the results, I will spend money on that. Like I literally will. I have no, when it comes to health, I will spend like a lot of money on that. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all.
Okay.
What I got from your question, because a lot of people spoke and a lot of people kind of gave different answers, but you kind of said something of do you have habits or something that maybe your spouse spending habits may not like or something, or maybe too much? Wasn't that kind of the question, right?
Yeah, there's impulsive purchasing, have issues like in your relationships.
Yeah, to just answer all of that kind of real quick, I could just speak only for self, you know what I'm saying? But I think all women, your woman, whatever, kind of feel a certain way if you spending money on things and it ain't on her, you know what I'm saying? So whenever I did kind of spend some money or do something, I would make sure I would lightweight, you know, get her something around the same time, just, you know, to keep everything, you know, 100 and peaceful. But at the same time, I'm not, I got to take like kind of what 84 said. I like how he used the word discipline. Me, I would say discipline, but more of like, you know, if I want something and I know what it costs, I may have the money for it to do it at that time, but I'm not going to do it. I'm going to go ahead and know that I want it. And then I'll just wait until I get that money up a little bit more for that specific thing. You know what I'm saying? And then I'll make that purchase. I just been like that all my life since I was a kid. I can have the money and be able to do it, but I'll just be like, you know what? Instead of me spending this money right now and maybe being down, you know, only down to maybe 30, 20 bucks, I'm going to go ahead and wait, get my money up, and then I'm going to get it, and I'm going to still be at where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? Like I never lost. And it makes me look forward to it a little bit more, because being impulsive, that's cool. Like, you know, the YOLO thing, I'm not really YOLO. That's like what the youngsters say, you know, YOLO, you only live once. But I'm more like, you know, I look more kind of for the future, you know what I'm saying? Like I look past today. I look for, you know what I'm saying, a month, a year or so down the line, you know what I'm saying? And I got a little bit of M3 in me. I keep it frugal, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't have to have the best of certain things, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm cool, you know what I mean? Some people may want, you know, something that's a little bit more. I don't really need that, you know what I'm saying? So I'm a little frugal when it comes to that sense, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's just kind of where I'm at with that one.
Okay, so we're gonna put the spin on it like we did the last question there. So first off, before we even move on to that part, is I want men to stop saying they're not expensive. I have more than one male partner, and y'all is not cheap. Now I will give you this. The items that you want are usually more expensive. Okay. You buy shoes, they're expensive. Yes, women have high maintenance and they usually have a lot more of those items. I'm not even saying me, I'm very low maintenance. But if you have, you know, Jordans, those aren't $2. Okay. There's not $15. Women can go buy shoes for $15. Yeah, they might suck, but women can get in there with $30 and be pretty good. Man, you spend a lot of money on shoes. It depends on what kind of man you have too. There are men who are a little bit more high maintenance than other men. Some men got to get beard wash and beard wax and beard balm, and there are and they have to get oils. Listen, I have a partner like this. Okay, this man, his maintenance is expensive. Okay, I saw it.
Yeah, but wouldn't that kind of be more on you though, and not him?
No, it's
got to be though, because you spending, right?
No, I said he has a high maintenance for himself.
I know, but you're spending though. You said, you know, they're a little bit more, so you were saying it like you spending, right?
Gifts. Yeah, when I buy gifts for them,
that would kind of be more like on you, because like say like I got that type of taste too. You know what I'm saying? All my shoes is Jordans and
so exactly.
Forces, but I don't expect my woman to nowhere near trip. You know, that would be on her if she wanted to do that. You see what I'm saying? So that's why when you said So that's why when you say that, I would say that would kind of be more like on you, because that's kind of what you want to do, which is cool.
If I go buy you Walmart shoes, you're going to be cool.
Well, I don't wear Walmart shoes, and neither does your so-called partner. But why do you got to get them shoes, though?
Okay,
I mean, that's on you. Okay, that's on you, though. That's I'm just saying.
No.
How can you say no?
Cologne. I'm naming all of it. Cologne. Watches.
But I'm saying what you choose to buy is on you.
No.
I'm sure your man's not saying, hey, babe, I want you to buy me these Jordans, or hey, babe, I want you to buy me this cologne. I'm sure he ain't coming at you like that. Now, if he is, that's a whole different circumstance.
No, of course not.
So that's why I say it's on you.
No, it's not on me. Listen to what I just said.
Wow.
I think you're getting confused. So we're gonna back it up. I think there was a loss of translation.
If I'm giving my woman a gift, right? Say she likes bags and all that type. I'm not gonna trip on getting her a bag.
But you're not gonna go buy her a Walmart bag if she doesn't.
I'm not gonna buy her a Walmart bag either. I'm gonna do something else. There's got to be something else in that playing field or something. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
I just named them though. That's what I'm saying. It's like I'm agreeing.
But what I'm saying though, that would be my choice. See, like what you're naming though, I'm sure you can do other things for him. Go get him a haircut. Go get him a haircut. That's $30-40. I'm just saying though, like when, 45. I'm just saying like they can be $100. But I'm just saying when it comes to gifts, I think that's more on the person. You know what I'm saying? It's what they want to give. It's almost like Christmas.
Hold on. Now I'm doing a hold on. You know what I'm saying?
One question.
I'm muted.
Huh?
One question led to a whole bunch of anger and hostility. Come on, man.
Come on, man. What are we talking about?
No, I'm just saying that men and women are both expensive. It depends on who you're with. That's what I'm saying. It don't matter.
But it's also on the person, on what they choose to give the person. That's all I'm saying. It's on the person. How do you say that though?
Listen what I'm saying. Listen. What I'm actually saying.
Okay.
If the person you're purchasing gifts for wants a particular item, and they're very specific, when you go to make the purchase for that person, regardless of that, you'll try to buy them something that they would like or want.
That's a different example.
In that example is that I'm going to have to spend a certain amount, because if someone comes in me and says, "Hey, babe, I don't want a lot, and all I like really, if I ask for a gift to get you, and you say I don't really like a lot of things, all I do is really just play my PlayStation 4." And I say, okay, you're like, and you've been talking about PlayStation 5 for a while. The options of gifts that I really know that would really touch you and make you happy would be a PlayStation 5. It's not $200.
But that's on you, though.
Why do you?
That's on you.
The statement of reference back to me. Do you get how
that's on you?
But here's something. I'm gonna be in the middle.
Now, see, if he said, hey, I want that PS5, babe. I really want that PS5, and then you made it. That's a different example.
I don't know.
But now you chose to do that one up and get him. Hey, he got this PS4. I'm gonna go ahead and get him this PS5. That was on you.
Big Rig.
He didn't say give me the PS5.
Big Rig. What I'm seeing, what I'm getting here is this. What I'm hearing from both you guys, right? When we go shopping, right, we don't mind sacrificing and getting something for the people that we love.
Right.
For women, the expectations I expect for women, Miss Polly, is that you guys know all the bargains and you never pay full price anyway. So you might know somebody who can get a PS5 for $100. You might know somebody who work at a store and get a discount. I think the whole thing of when it comes to men and gifts, to be honest, stuff might be expensive, but we make it last a little bit longer. And we're not like, if I get a hair beard oil, that's it. I'm not going to try 50, beard oils this year. I already have mine and I'm done. If it costs $25 or $30, guess what? It's going to last a full year when it's done. it might sound expensive for you, but we actually it lasts longer for us because we're not buying, a lot of products.
Yeah, you know what? I might be explaining this wrong because what you're saying to me, both of you, I'm hearing what you're saying, and I feel like I'm saying it back to you, but you're not hearing that.
Not hear what you're saying, but both of you guys, it could go back and forth, and it could be part of the ADHD. And maybe we should move on to the next question.
There you go. There you go.
No, let me. No, this is interesting. Let me say this. For the most part, right? For the most part, we as men know this, and I'm not being sexist or anything like that. We know that women are not buying us no expensive ass gifts like that.
Hello.
I buy gifts like that.
Let me finish.
That is a nice.
Let me finish. For the most part, they may get us some socks. You know what I mean? Maybe some cologne. You know what I mean? Some little t-shirt or something like that. But a whole gaming console.
Yes.
I ain't never seen no shit like that ever.
Now, you got to find new boo then.
Now hold on. For the most part, men, we buy that shit for ourselves. Like if I want some Jordans, I want a gaming console, some shit like that, I'm gonna go out and get it myself. And I don't expect a woman to buy me no shit like that anyway.
At all.
I don't expect that.
At all.
That'd be kind of weird to me. Seriously.
At all. That's
weird.
what I'm saying, brother. Now if he put it out there like that, it'd be different. Hey, I want that PS5, babe. But if you want up and just get it, I mean, hey, that's cool. I'm loving it.
I ain't got no problem with it. Yeah.
I ain't got no problem with it. But I'm just saying, but then vice versa, like I said, we gonna try to do what we can for the woman. We always gonna try to do that. But like I said, if the bag is like $1,000 or something like that, and man, I could get you this, and this. Like we could leave that bag alone. We could do something else. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying that's how I approach things. Like other things she may like.
Can I interject?
But that's just me.
Can I interject?
Yeah, go ahead, sister.
I got a question. Did y'all just go down an ADHD rabbit hole?
Mm-hmm.
We damn sure did.
Yep. That's why
it was good. It was good that we did though, because I think
Wait. And how fast? Say that again, please. I'm sorry. What's that again?
Yeah. My bad. Say that again.
I said, did y'all go down an ADHD rabbit hole?
Lord.
Yes.
We did. We fell in. It's okay. It happened.
Yes. Yes. I'll try to get us out, but we're right back in.
I'm just trying to. I just felt offended, and then I felt some way because I feel like that's sad that y'all don't get nice gifts. I give my men nice gifts. I don't know what kind of world y'all live in.
No, it's not the fact that
I get nice gifts too. I'm not
nice gifts.
Right.
No, I mean, I'm just saying, if your boo only buys
like how Miss Polly said she would, get her man the PS4 and stuff like that was dope. Like how I say I wear Jordans and that, like my woman would do that for me on holidays or gifts or whatever. She would do that, but I'm just saying that would be on her though. That's all I'm saying. It's not like I was like, hey,
Big, why do you keep saying on her? What's that part mean?
Because I wouldn't expect that from her. That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't. She can give me something because that's just the kind of man I am. I wouldn't want my woman to really be tripping to give me my J. I can get my own J. I ain't tripping like that. You can get me something different. You know what I mean? We can go out to eat and maybe or some. You know what I mean? Like go out of town. Anything, you know what I mean? Like you don't got to give me that. I already kind of take care of that. If you want to do it and you do it like she has, that's fine.
That's what it is. It's the
wait, Miss Polly.
On her.
Wait, Miss Polly.
But just like if I was to do something, it would be on me, right? Like if she wanted that purse, I couldn't say like hey, she's kind of expensive and whoop.
Let me give you the answer, Miss Polly. Hold on. Let me give you the answer, Miss Polly. The only reason why Big Riggs responded the way he responded, right, and said that was on her, because in the beginning, you start saying that your man is very high maintenance.
Exactly.
And he's giving a point that so you still say he's high maintenance, but exactly. If you're supplying the PS5, right? Which, you know, you are a hell of a woman for doing that, right? I still don't have
Right.
a PS5. But the point is, it's not on him, okay?
Oh,
it's on you
no.
that's providing.
Okay, no, that's not what I meant. When I meant he's high maintenance, is that I'm saying his upkeep in general is just high. So if like, you know, you might have somebody who doesn't do their nails and things like that, and that's a girlfriend, so they're low maintenance. So you don't have to think about, oh, well, I'm gonna purchase some nails or whatever, because they don't really care.
Miss Polly, you have a well-groomed man. Congratulations. There's a lot of men out there that are well-groomed, like nice shoes, nice cologne, wear Versace's, and I mean, that's, you know, that's what it is. But at the same time, we wouldn't just, you know, expect that like that. Now, for our women to do that, that's cool. That's love. That's love. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm not saying I don't get it. But I'm just saying, me personally, like, I wouldn't really trip on that like that. And unless I put something out there like, damn, babe, I kind of want this whoopty wop. You feel me? That's a different scenario. Then, you know, if she went and made that happen, I'd be like, damn, she made that happen. You know what I mean? That's cool. But other than that, I kind of make those things happen myself. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's all. So, but and like M3 said, you kind of put it out there like your man's high maintenance, and I'm just saying, hey, you got a well-groomed man that, you know, takes care of himself. There's a lot of men out there like that, just like there's a lot of women, you know, that take care of themselves. You know what I mean?
No,
so, hey,
don't say that. Don't make it
what
sound.
Do you mean?
There's a difference between high maintenance, medium maintenance, and low.
Well, the maintenance you put out there though didn't sound.
It sounded high maintenance. No, it's high maintenance. He has a high maintenance. Listen, that man has high maintenance. I don't give a fuck what anybody say. I know it's high maintenance. Okay, he's a high maintenance man. Like,
okay, so you're buying 3-piece suits and Rolex watches, and
he's out of line.
Okay, well, hey, that's high. My bad. But from what the examples you put out there, just sound kind of like, you know, hey man, shit, colognes.
No. He's out of line.
Nice shoes, clothes. You know what I mean?
That's
but let me say this, y'all. Let me say this. As Big was saying, that's your choice to deal with that type of man. You know what I'm saying? And if you want to buy those things, that's your choice.
That's your choice.
That's your choice. But I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be completely frank with you. And it's just how I am. Like I said, there's certain things I'm traditional in, right? And I could be wrong in certain shit, but in certain things I don't like this stance. I'm never gonna change this stance ever. Right, I'm just gonna be clear, and I could be wrong about it, but I really don't give a fuck. Look, women in my family, if I even think that you buying your man some shit like that, and y'all not married, I'm gonna get in his ass. But that's me, right? I don't play that shit. Now, if he your husband, y'all can do whatever y'all want. I don't give a fuck. But if it's some boyfriend girlfriend type shit, I'm getting in his ass. You're not buying him no shit like that.
I feel the same way.
Your husband.
Oh wow,
you know what I'm saying?
That's weird.
I feel the same way.
No,
like,
you're
that's
right.
just how I am as a man. Like, that's how I move. Like, I could be wrong, but I don't really give a fuck, to be honest.
I feel the same way, brother.
I'm with you, Big.
And you know, like, and that's the whole thing. It's a difference.
Oh, wait.
From men.
Huh?
I like it's different for men, like us getting gifts from women. I remember growing up, I had a girlfriend brought me something expensive. My mom had me return it because she's like, why are you getting expensive gifts like this? Like, this is not your girlfriend, your fiance. You need to return it.
No doubt, though. No doubt.
Right.
No doubt.
So are you guys going to have the same energy for the guys that's giving
gifts
to the women?
I would. But definitely, though, on like, you know, the girl's behalf, though, oh, yeah, my daughter, definitely. But my son receiving something, like, I'd be like, son, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? Why this girl, you know, buying you all this stuff like this? You feel me? I'd have to call the question.
Yeah.
That's off top.
Right. Well, these are my long-term partners, so these are my lifetime partners. I don't really care.
Different.
No, that's a different. No, that's completely different. The way 84 presented it, he wasn't presenting it like that. You feel me?
You're not in a committed relationship.
Right.
Oh, wait, pause. We ain't buying no man who ain't committed nothing. But
well, that's how he put it.
What I'm saying is this, and I'm gonna be clear. If he's not your husband, right, and you're one of my family, because I'm mostly the oldest out of everybody, and I find out that, and that's why they don't really tell me much, you know what I mean? Because they know I'll get in somebody's ass. And if I find out that you buying this nigga some shit that's way too expensive, I'm getting in his ass, and the other men in the family getting in his ass too. We don't play that shit. But at the end of the day, to each his own. But we don't play that shit over here. I mean, so if he's not your husband, that's just what it is. And
Okay.
I have no qualms about that.
Hold on.
I'm not gonna change that at all.
Wait. Okay, hold on. So you're saying if he's not in so basically, if he's not your husband, period, even if you guys are in a committed relationship.
Yeah, if you're not your husband, period, I ain't trying to hear that shit.
Okay, but you said that for your family, right?
I'll let the committed relationship slide.
Nah, not me.
84 going hard though. I feel him though.
Okay.
I don't. You can't. Nah, listen. You can't play with men. Men got to stop playing with men. We got to stop playing with men. Men got to make men be men at certain points. I'm not playing with these niggas out here.
Yeah, but
that's a fact.
Okay, but if you're doing the same thing, wait, hold on. Then I got a question, right? So if the man's doing the same thing for the woman in the family, right? If he buying expensive gifts, are you gonna have a problem with men buying like the women in your family these type of gifts?
You saying if women are buying the men in my family that?
No. I'm talking I said if the men are buying the women expensive gifts.
No, that's a grown ass man.
No. You gotta go both ways. Look.
Not for me at all.
If a man give a woman some expensive gifts.
Now listen. Now whether he doing it and he being a sucker, that's a whole different conversation. But if you're a grown ass man, you spend your money the way you want to spend it. You're a grown ass man. You know what I'm saying? I can't tell you that.
I agree.
But if you're being a sucker,
as long as you ain't being irresponsible and you taking care of what you need to be taking care of, I agree.
So what is the woman doing if she's taking care of her business? She has extra money. What's the difference?
Nah, it's a different set of
rules. That's a whole Miss Polly, that's a whole different episode.
Okay, we gonna leave that. We don't
hold on. I'm an advocate, right? As far as like, look, everybody talks about this equal opportunity bullshit, right? So it goes both ways.
Well, you gonna definitely go into one with that one.
Look.
It don't go both ways.
Men already spend a lot on these women anyway. I expect like a woman, right, to at least contribute to something. Now you ain't gotta go all out or whatever, right? But at least put something out there. Honestly, I don't even think men should really go all out the way as far as buying expensive things for most women because most of them don't really appreciate it and they get used anyways. But that's on them. But if you already in a relationship. And most of these people are not going to get married. So that's just the reality of it. People have been conditioned to pretty much shack it up and live it up to the full. So if you're already in that committed relationship and that man is already buying tons of shit for the women in the family or whatever, the women need to contribute and do the same thing. I don't want like your food and just the basic cooking shit. I want you to put something down just to like at least show, right, that you put the same amount of effort into the man as much as the man's putting the effort into the woman. That's my point of view. I mean,
what I'm saying, if it's a guy in my family and he meet a girl and he want to spend expensive shit on her, that's on him. He a grown man. It's different. Listen, maybe I don't want to hear this, or maybe this may be passé or whatever. But this is how I view when it comes to family, right? When it comes to family, right? There's different rules for the men and women. For me, right? Everybody family, y'all can do whatever y'all want. That's your own family, you can do whatever y'all want. But as far as me and how I see shit, that's how I see shit. You know what I'm saying? And for a man in the family, literally the men in my family can literally do whatever they want, literally. And I don't really care. Like, as long as they're not, like, doing nothing criminal, or they're not harming kids, they're not raping no one and nothing like that, I don't give a fuck what they do. You're a grown man. You know what I'm saying? You can do whatever the fuck you want. But for the women, y'all can't do whatever the fuck y'all want. I know that may sound sexist or whatever, but I don't give a fuck. Y'all can't do whatever the fuck you want because if y'all get yourself in certain situations, you can't get it out. You can't get yourself out of it by yourself. You're gonna need a man, or you're gonna need a man in your family to step up and get you out of that fucking situation. And y'all know that's true. So women just gotta stop with that bullshit.
That's a fact, man, Polly.
When certain shit go down, you're gonna need men in the family to step up. Everybody know this shit, man. I ain't even gotta say nothing else, man. Ain't no way. Let me finish up. Ain't no way a 5'2" female gonna handle a dude that's like 6 foot tall. It's really probably not gonna happen unless she got that thing on her. If she ain't got that thing on her to clap back, he probably gonna whip her ass. We all know this. You know what I mean? Because men are stronger. So when physical shit go down or even emotional shit go down, the men got to step in and let him know we're not playing that shit. And sometimes these men are threatening women, and these women have to give these men money, and they have to buy them gifts. All these men are going to do certain harmful things to them. So that's why I stepped in. I'm like, nah, none of shit. If it's not your husband, fuck all that shit, man. Nah, I'm not with it. But to each his own. I mean, that's just how I feel.
Okay,
about abuse, you're kind of switching it up. You got to stay in the same lane. You know, you can't talk about people who are being abused and misused and all that. That's different. A woman being misused and abused in a relationship.
I don't care what the instance is. If it's not your husband, you're not buying my man watch. Miss Polly, I don't care.
I appreciate your opinion. I said that's okay.
I don't want women to say I ain't spending no money on no nigga that ain't their husband. Point blank, period.
And I understand that.
I need that 84. Hold on.
Listen, 84. I just said that's great for you and yours. I said for the other people, though, we want to make sure that we're separating the two. Abuse is separate than someone buying a gift for their partner who says, hey, I only wear these kind of shoes and I want to go buy gifts. And I'm like, I want to pick up these new shoes. They $200. That doesn't mean that I'm buying him expensive things. Those are the only options that are there. I'm not going to go buy him a Walmart shoe. I'm not going to buy him a Nike. That's not what he wears. It's really not even about that, to be honest. I mean, there's some people with expensive taste, some people with lower taste, some people don't care. So I think that had to play in it. But I respect what you do with your family and all that, and that's cool.
Polly, you know how you keep presenting it? You keep wording it to save yourself. No, I'm being honest. I'm being honest because you're saying you bringing up the shoe thing, right? And then you bringing up the thing with the Walmart thing. This is your example, right? You keep doing this. And all I'm saying to you is kudos to you. Like, that's love. I'm not missing it.
I'm saying just like a woman who you go to the store and try to buy something for her and she tells you, don't you bring that Target shit in this house. I do not wear Target.
But that's not what you're saying, though.
It is. It's exactly
no, you're not. You're leaving that out in your example. Everybody's listening to you. That's what I'm saying. You keep wording it to save yourself.
I'm not.
And it's like, this is unbelievable.
I can't save myself because two things. This is why. First thing is that I am not monogamous, so I don't play by the same rules you play by. So
it's not about monogamous. You're missing the whole. You're not listening to yourself.
Play by them rules, and then
you're not listening to your. Hey. That's why I only pop up every once in a while because you know what? I'm a really.
I don't hear what I'm saying.
Hey man, I can only go by what you give me.
Oh my!
I'm not making nothing up. I can only go by what you give me.
I don't hear what you're.
Miss Polly, I'm gonna say this, right? It's very dangerous for men to develop that. What Mr. 84 explained. This is why women bought me houses, bought me a car, want to pay for my tuition for school. I said no, thank you. You said like misplacing the bag, right? But guess what? Mm-hmm. I do know that comes with a control, and a lot of times those gifts are not really gifts. It's a leash around my neck.
That's abuse, though. I'm not talking about abuse.
There's stars. Sometimes there's stars on your shirt. You know what I'm saying? I did that. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing. I did that.
And you owe me.
I'm gonna mute up because I'm gonna get 200. I'm gonna get 200 up. I'm gonna mute up.
Nah.
Okay, listen.
But for men, like, it's dangerous because you don't want men to have that type of habit.
That goes both ways. There are men who try to purchase me. I get it. It can go both ways, men or women. I'm not talking about someone who's being abused or someone trying to purchase someone to have control. I'm talking about you having a good relationship with someone. You're having a healthy relationship with someone, and you want to buy them something, and you know what kind of person they are. I keep saying shoes and things like that. I'm not taking away with it. What I'm saying is, if you know someone likes something and it costs a certain amount, it's not changed. First off, it's got nothing to do with this because we all paying. It's expensive regardless.
Molly, I don't need to be right. I don't need to be right. It's all good, really. I don't need to be right. I don't.
Miss Polly, you're missing a point. Miss Polly, you're missing a point. Listen. Every man know this, right? I'm gonna just keep it G. I'm gonna just get on some G shit right now. Now listen, you could be out here, you could be a man, you could be on some real player shit, right? You could have about 2, 3, 4 different women, right? You could have different women calling your phone and trying to hook up with you and all types of shit, right? You can have a whole rotation. But the minute you find out that some dude got your sister in a rotation, you ready to kill that dude. Every man knows this. Every man knows this.
Miss Polly, that's a fact.
This is a
But
man
what does
shit.
it have to do with buying a gift for your boyfriend?
We're on a whole different page.
I'm telling you how men think when it comes to women in our family. Like, that's how we move.
This is wild. This is wild. You don't even want to take that in, though. So you want to go back. That's why. Hey, this is wild, though.
Wait, okay. I think we're very lost. You went too far out the realm. Talking about moving the goalpost.
No, he's just giving you some background on what he said earlier. That's all he's doing.
I thought that conversation died. That's why I said.
I thought the conversation about the shoes died.
Hold on.
That's why I said.
Hold on. If it's up, then it's stuck, man.
Hold on. Now I'm doing a hold on. You know what I'm saying?
One question.
I love it.
One question led to a whole bunch of anger and hostility. Come on, man.
Come on, man. What are we talking about?
Hey, look. Before y'all continue this conversation, right? I'm gonna go ahead and get some dinner, but let me say this though, right? I hear everything what y'all saying, right? I hear Mr. Best as far as his personal thing with his family or whatever, which is to his right. And then also, I understand why you agree, Big Rigs, right? Because, you know, we all know how men operate. Miss Polly, I understand where you're coming from. You're just saying pretty much, besides their family, you might be saying things in general, or you might be saying this in your point of view as far as your own personal family. I get it, right? You know, you probably believe in equal opportunity. Now, for me, you know, when it comes to, I guess family or whatever, right? We don't really have a lot of women that actually put themselves in those situations. So, you know, I'm biased as fuck, right, when it comes to my family members. But the point is, you know, if you're in a committed relationship, and I'm only speaking for my own self, right? If you're in a committed relationship or whatever, and the guy's not abusive, if he's loyal, if he's good, which he should be good enough for him, you know, to want to marry you, which ironically, but I know some people, they do that for the benefit because America promotes broken relationships. And of course, you know, people are worried about taxes and all that. But the case of point is though, if you are in a relationship, right? You know, if you're somebody I know you're in a relationship and the guy's actually taking care of you and he's protecting you, doing all these things, right? Besides the marriage part, and he's actually like treating you like his main girl, and he's not really doing nothing, like cheating on you, and he's actually investing his time and his resources, you know, you should do the same. But here's the thing, it don't always have to be about money too at the same time. And I think that's what people also need to get to as far as in these relationships. You don't have to spend a whole bunch of money just to show your appreciation. Spend your time and your commitment, and I guess put a ring on the goddamn finger if that's going to be like your true main screen and if you really trust her. But if you're trying to get into the system or whatever, well, get yourself into the system, then that's on y'all. But I'm gonna go ahead and go eat. I'll still be watching you guys, but gotta eat this burger real quick.
Coming right back.
Okay.
Hey, Miss Polly, you know what's kind of like
I gotta go. Hey guys, I gotta go because I already reached my 2-hour mark, and I go to work tonight.
Babe.
Stan,
I know, Stan. You know, I appreciate you. We had a good time talking yesterday, so we good.
Salute to you, Stan.
Yeah, we have to do an ADHD part 2 because we fell right into the trap.
We did. It happened. You know what?
Hey, Stan, make sure you slide through to the show too, man. You know what I'm saying? You always be coming with that spiel, bro, and you always have a good time. Yeah. You feel me? Make sure you slide.
Back on Tuesday.
Yep.
All right.
We should be rocking this Tuesday for sure. Okay. All right. See you guys soon. 84. I'll see you soon.
Yes, sir.
Hey, but you know what though, Miss Polly?
Yes, sir.
As like you have any shout outs you wanted? Oh, he's gone. Hey, Miss Polly. But you know, it's like a good little example though. Just like just the difference between like when it comes to gifts, right? Women like things, you know what I'm saying? Is that true?
I don't. So that's the thing. I think I get.
I'm just saying, like, no, I'm just saying, no, women like things, though. Like if a man was to give her something, to make her feel good and happy, like they like things, right?
I'll say in general. I will not say.
Yeah, in general. Yeah, in general.
I won't count myself. No.
But things like, as you know, something like we would buy for them, whether it's a nice snack they may like, or anything, you know, their nails getting done, anything. They just like things, right?
But I think men like things too.
I'm gonna get to that, but I'm trying to ask you that first, though. That's the kind of things they like that make them happy, right?
Sure.
You know what makes like men happy? Just even off the blue, just when a woman smiles, the power of a woman smiling. Did you know that? Smiling at them, a nice greet. That's it. That's damn near equivalent.
But that doesn't make but listen, okay, this is what I don't like about these conversations. I'll be honest. I feel like
I'm just saying the difference when it comes to gifts.
Like men don't need anything. Men
no,
need
I'm just Miss Polly. I know, but you're going deep into it. No, because you're acting like I'm discounting men for getting anything, and I'm not doing that.
I didn't say you were. I said the reason why I don't like the conversations like this is because it's misled. When you ask those kind of close-in questions, and I'm not saying to cut off anyone from elaborating. When you
I want you to elaborate, so I make sure I'm hearing it correctly.
When you say something like, women, you guys like things, and you don't include anyone else, you're excluding that men like things too. Men like gifts, but they're told they don't. A lot of times they think they don't expect it. Like you said, they don't expect it. They don't expect all these things. And I'm saying, as a person in general, it is nice to have someone love you and care for you the same way that you would do it on the opposite sex. Now, how you show your love, that's a whole that's personal. And that's why everything's kind of like based on one-on-one relationships. What you like.
But you broke it down when we first started with in general, right? So I kept it in general.
So yeah. So when I was going back to saying the gifts, I was getting more tighter, as I said, high maintenance. So I try to make it so the people I was talking about would be a particular kind of people. Because just like myself, I actually don't like a lot of things that like quote unquote most women like. I don't like to wear jewelry. I don't have my nails done every 2 weeks. Those are things I don't actually do at all. I only do a little bit of things here and there, and every once in a while throw it up there. So when I'm compared to other women, I actually don't mesh with them very well. I hang out with a lot of men, not just because I'm polyandry. It's actually because the things that men kind of value more, I'm over there. I'm not on this side. So doing things really girly aren't really what I do. So when you ask me questions like, or you say like gives me like that, I'm just saying from my experience on how I treat my partners as if I would want to be treated. It's not even about you're a guy and I'm a woman. It's about I want to be treated this way, or if I would appreciate it. And then on top of that, if they desire those things that I can give them, I might want to give you something that you don't like. That even with not like physical things, but even like I'm a gift giver. One of my partners actually doesn't really like gifts. He thinks that makes him feel weird. He doesn't like it. Well, then I have to respect that, and I have to find another way that he likes to accept love from me. So there's a lot to it, and that's why it sucks about some of the shows that people do, because it's very general, and you have to kind of have a conversation between one-on-one people, or if you have more than one partner, those individuals, because the relationship looks different. That's all I was saying. That fair? Or no?
Yeah, but I think that it went more to a personal thing than more of a just a out thing. I wasn't putting you or myself as an example. I was just using women and men, and I was just using men because I'm a man. So that's why I asked you what women like, what makes them happy, and that's why I said like a snack, a coffee, nail, anything. It didn't have to be nothing crazy. Just what makes them, and those are the things and that's what I was asking, do those things make women happy? And you said yes.
And smiles make women happy too. So then I just took away from your answer. When you said men, you said, well, if a man just needs a smile, well, a woman can just need a smile. Then what?
Well, from 9 times out of 10, me being a man, and I've been courteous and nice because that's just how I am. I'll open doors. My son does the same thing, and these women don't take it like that. I don't get a smile back. I don't get a thank you or anything like that. It's almost like it's like whatever. So that's not true, and that's just in my world. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm saying no. But when I do encounter, people that are just, regular, it ain't like it's flirting or trying to get at, but it makes me feel a certain different way because I know my appearance will not make too many people want to speak. I don't speak to a lot of people myself, but if I do speak, I'll talk. You know what I'm saying? So that's why when, somebody do smile or something like that as a man, you know what I'm saying? We don't really just get that a lot. You know what I'm saying? We don't, you know what I'm saying? Like in my area, we don't get that. We get a lot of like kind of attitude.
Where are you at?
I'm in the Bay.
That makes sense. I mean, I will agree that that's what I do. So usually on tag and all that, I have a lot of gentlemen come in there, have conversation with me, ask us Poly, whatever. But yeah, I mean, I get it. That's what I guess I don't like that. I don't like that, and I don't like that women do that to men. There should be this expectation.
But I can't put the blame like that because I do understand also being where I'm at. There's a lot of men that take that in a way as if that's an open invitation, and I'm not gonna go ahead and act like that don't be the case. But I'm just saying you can kind of read the room. You know what I'm saying? You can kind of read the room on how people kind of act and react to, how you may act with them. You know what I'm saying? Right. Me, I'm a little bit different. I'm a man, so I can, regardless, I can act whichever way, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to keep it respectful, youngster, older dude, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to still open that door, whatever, you're 9 times out of 10, they're going to open the door for me. You know what I'm saying? There's going to always be that respect. You know what I'm saying? Just, it's all on how you carry yourself, all how you read the room. Now, if I come up in there hella thugged out, looking wild and everything, I'm not going to get that same type of respect. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So and that goes the same like if a woman was to smile at a man and they know, oh yeah, this dude he always whistle at me or make these little funny ass gestures when I walk by or undress me with his eyes. You ain't gonna want to get that dude a smile. You know what I'm saying?
Well, women gotta get over that. I may not sound misogynistic, but I don't give a fuck. Women gotta get over that. Look, men are attracted to y'all. So if I'm not attracted to you, then I'm not gonna look at you that way. If I'm gay, right? There ain't gonna be no level of attraction. But since I'm not gay, right? When I look at a female, I'm gonna look at her like I'm attracted because I'm attracted to females. Women gotta get over that goofy shit. I'm not gonna look at you like I'm looking at a piece of paper. Like that's not gonna happen. Fact. You know what I mean? We both have body parts that sister each other, right? You know what I mean? You see men, you see certain body parts, whether it's muscles, the print, whatever, right? And that turns y'all on, right? We see certain things, it turns us on. It's a natural thing. Women gotta stop with that goofy shit. Now, if he come up to you and he's saying a bunch of inappropriate shit, how he want to do this and do that or whatever,
right?
Then that's out of line. You know what I mean? But if he look at you or he give you a quick compliment, you know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
You know what I mean? If a man look at you and he looking at you like, man, she look good. He give you that. He give you a little smirk or whatever. There's nothing wrong with that. Women gotta stop with that goofy shit, man. That shit gotta stop for real.
These ladies out here, some of them,
Yeah, I said it, lady. I said it. Okay, I said it.
Not the print. Oh man, wait. Oh man, I told you I like a little man titty. I'm all right with that. Listen, I was saying I don't disagree with your saying like it's on the person who makes purchases. Like I guess I felt like that you were kind of indicating that like it's when you said it's on them. That part kind of I didn't get that. Like but it's fine. I feel like when that sounds like no, because it depends on this like it's on there, but I don't even understand it. Actually, I don't know why it was needed to even be said because if anybody, if they purchase something, it should be out of the goodness of their heart, and it shouldn't be out of of any.
And you know what the key word was? They themselves. That's all I was saying. The key word in that was they. Out of the kindness of their heart that you just said, the key word, their heart.
Yeah.
Their heart. That's themselves. That's that person. That's all I was saying. That's all I was saying.
I just said the way you said it. That sentence.
I don't know how what's wrong about that. I don't.
Because you say as if like it's like saying, oh well, if you trip because you were running, it's on you. That's what it kind of sounded like a negative thing. It didn't sound. Even though
that would be the case too, though. But I mean, I don't.
It kind of would be the case though. If you do shit while you're running,
it's like if someone is running right and they fall, you'd be like, "Oh, that's on you." No, you would say, "Are you all right?" Like it just the way.
I'm not gonna ask you if you're right if you buy your man some shoes, or buy him some cologne, or buy him an outfit or a Rolex.
Right? You're buying your boyfriend shoes. I
congratulated you. What do you mean? I congratulated you. I told you how dope you were for that.
I'm gonna look at a female different. She do some shit like that. I'm gonna look at you like.
That's what I was talking about him, not you, Slash. I was talking about him.
I'm gonna keep it 100. Like I'm gonna look at you like I'm just gonna look at you like you trying to buy men. Like that's.
And you know what? There are women. I guess I don't let y'all take because I have YouTube videos where I talk about women who buy men. So I'm not saying that. There's women who purposely look out for different kind of men. There's women who are out here and they look for the man who's in jail because they know when he gets out, he gonna need somewhere to stay. He gonna need somewhere to be. He gonna need that money. There's women who go out and seek men in places in their lives where they're low and that they need help. And that if you're just throwing it at them, that they can get caught up in that too. And then at the end of the day, they're like, oh, that man did me wrong. Well, didn't you like seek him out to try to manipulate him into being with you by doing those things? So it's like it is people out there who do wrong, and I don't okay that. I didn't want that to seem like, oh, I'm just saying, don't do that. Women out here do the same crazy weird stuff too, and that needs to stop. They do that. I see women try to do that, like buy men drinks or, oh, babe,
What about the poly women? Because you kept separating poly with the others. So do the poly. Okay.
I'm gonna put them out there, y'all. I don't scared of nothing. There's poly women who will, who are polyandry, for example. They'll have their boyfriends or whatever, and they'll tell them, oh yeah, I'm gonna go out here and date everybody, and then you can try to date someone, and then when they get close to someone, try to shut it down because they want to be the only woman. There are women who do that. There's all kinds of stuff. You got to look out there. There's women who say they're polyamorous, but they pretend to be bisexual so that they can get a woman who's bisexual to, play with them and their boyfriend, but they don't actually like the woman, and they get in a relationship with them and they sabotage it on purpose because they only want a pet or a play toy.
So you never just want to be the main woman?
I actually think that I'm okay without being the main woman, but if I am, I'm okay.
So if your man has another woman that he spends pretty much 50 time with, like how he does you, that you'd be okay with that?
Yeah, he could do more. That's part of the poly life, right? He could do more if he wanted. I'm not I'm not big on.
So then what makes the difference between that and a pet? Like you were saying.
Oh, so okay. So I call them pets. Basically, that's like a unicorn. It's a woman where it's not always a woman, but it's a person who comes to a relationship that's already established, and they'll have sexual relations. They'll go on dates. They'll be able to, I don't know, like have all these fun times. But when it comes to like big decisions, they have no say. So if someone's like, "Hey, I'm going to move," you don't have any say. If they're like, "Oh, we're gonna do this," you're not included. You're basically there for the sexual and the fun times, but your decision on like if they decide to have a baby or something like that, you're not included in those decisions. You're basically there like a pet. You get fed well, you get clothes, you might, all that stuff. But
so in a poly relationship, they're supposed to have say if your partner that you're with has another woman he spends 50-50 time with, whatever, and they're gonna have a kid, you would feel you would have to have say in that?
It depends on their pod. If that is, yeah, they should.
But in poly relationships, that's how they would work that. Like you would have say so in what me and this other woman are gonna do, and wouldn't that make that other woman be like, what does this woman have anything to do with?
Correct. That's what I said. If you're entering in it as a partnership of all three of you, let's say as a tripod, absolutely, because you're all together. You're supposed to be making a relationship together. So if you do something and it affects me, which is true, if you decide to have a child and you're not conversating with me, I'm going to be there with the child. I'm going to be there through that process. Why wouldn't you not include me in that decision?
Right. But that sounds a little bit more difficult in that type of way than what do you call it? What is it? It's poly, and then what's the regular?
So they just that kind of relationship.
I know. What's the regular thing you call it? What's when people are just regular man and just a woman or whatever? What's that called? Monogamous. So so that would seem like that would be a little bit more complicated being the poly when it comes to because wouldn't you think that situation would bound to happen? I mean, if you're out here and you can deal with other people, you might end up having a little bit more, feelings for this other person. It may make you feel a little bit better, say things a little bit better.
No.
You know what I mean? Be a little bit better sweater in that weather. So, I mean.
No. That's why there's a difference between.
That doesn't even sound.
So, that's where I think that's confused. This is why, because there are people who are not in a natural mind of being poly, who are more monogamous, and then monogamy is taught. So basically, you're saying you're only looking for the top rate, right? You're only looking for number one. So that means you're always in a state of thinking there's someone better out there.
Nah, you just kind of put that. You put that out there. I didn't say that.
No, you didn't. I'm saying it.
Well,
yeah,
you said looking for number one. You're putting a whole different spin on. No, I didn't say that.
No, I didn't say you said that.
I know, but you can't put that in the conversation with how we going, because I just said you being poly, right? And you being with your man, and he could have, another woman, y'all 50-50. It ain't about I'm trying to look for the whoopty whoop. I just happen to get a little bit more feelings for this woman. I mean, it can happen.
But there's no more.
You're saying no. You're saying no.
There's no more.
And then I'm like, that doesn't sound reality. And then if they're having relations and there's that chance of a kid, right? And then you're saying that you being the other woman would have say so in that. And I was just saying, well, wow, that sounds way more complicated.
Oh, no.
Being in the poly way of dealing with that than monogamous. Like I don't.
Okay, so I'll take out what I said, because I was trying to break it down differently. If you're, first off, when you start poly, all these questions and concerns should have came up before anything even happened. So no, that wouldn't happen. So if you say, hey, you're gonna start looking for
so you're saying things don't just happen, though, poly? I mean,
no.
Really?
Like, okay, so accidents occur, but let's say we prep for accidents. That's just common. That's why I said monogamy is just like, oh, things happen and we got to figure it out. And poly, most of the time, not everyone, because some people poly incorrectly. If I meet you, I'm going to talk to you about that. I'm going to say, if you get a girlfriend and something happens and she has a baby, blah, 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 blah. This is the conversations that take place. It's prior to incidents. We don't let the incidents occur and then figure it out. And then on top of that, if I said, hey, you're gonna get a partner, it's not about liking them a little bit more. I don't care how much you like them. It's got nothing to do with us establishing processes of things that happen. Hey, are you guys using protection every time? If not, is she on birth control? Yeah, those are questions that do happen. We get very personal. You had sex without a condom? Okay. Well, did you guys take precautions? I mean, if she has a baby, what were we going to do? These are things that we talk about. I actually have these conversations a lot more as a poly person than I was monogamous. I never asked these questions. Oh, what happens if you go out there and you have a hiccup and you're at a club and you get drunk? Not that I ever did this before, but those are questions like, oh, if you go out there and you slip up and you're having a good time and you didn't mess around with this girl, what happens? Can you not do that? Can we prevent that? Or are you these are things we talk about prior to any of that happening. Monogamy, they don't do that. Y'all just let it happen. Figure it out.
Oh, I can't say that, but because like I said, communication is key. I think more what you're saying is you guys have a little bit more communication, but still situations can occur. There's nothing that you said that takes away from situations that can occur, regardless if we done talk the shit out. We could talk about everything underneath the sun. Yes. But if I happen to go out there and that accident happens and I do end up getting her pregnant and I do ended up kind of really digging her and liking her and whatnot.
But we know
I feel like I'm gonna have to, but then we just, and if we had our discussions like we had and you said, hey, if this happens and we can't do this, that we going back to monogamous then, damn near, because that would happen in a monogamous relationship.
Well, it would be a plan ahead. So you'd like, well, if that happened, this happens. And
it's
then
communication. That's why I was feeling you when you was talking. I mean, I don't know nothing about that poly thing. That's why I'm talking about you about it. But kind of what you're saying is your guys' communication barrier is like pretty much it's there. And that's dope. That is dope. And that's why I feel communication is key, man. It's key. That's why when you was talking about it and you said, hey, sitting in the car, looking at my YouTube videos, eating cookies and shit for maybe an hour or two. Hey, if you never communicated that to your man and just out the blue, you know what I'm saying, after maybe so many occurrences, like, man, what the hell? What's going on? Babe, I was just outside in my car, you know, whoop-de-whoop. He gonna be like, man, who you think you jiving? What do you mean you was in your car for 2-3 hours and you ain't said nothing and I'm up here? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just keeping it 100. So you said, hey, we done already communicated that. You already know. Whoop. That's dope. A lot of people feel, like you said, feel they don't need to say all these certain type of things until certain things happen. And I'm saying, hell, if you know those are ways, like I said things that 84 didn't agree with when I said, you know what I'm saying, with a certain woman I was with, and you know what I'm saying, I cut off my female friends because I didn't want them feeling a certain way. We were still cool, but I wasn't having weekly conversations and shit like that with them because I was just keeping it 100 for my relationship. You feel me? So I'm just saying, you know, that's why I put it out there like that. And if the outcome would still pretty much be almost the same, it's just like, damn, because like you said, the communication's there, but accidents can happen. Yeah. So if you put out there, hey, you get this other woman pregnant and you didn't wear protection or she or whatnot, and it happens, we're done. It's just like.
Well, some people don't say we're done. See, that's why I think you're confused. Because like, okay, for example, here's a good example. So I think, there are some who say you're done, but if you're poly, you're probably not going to say you're done.
Oh, then that's dope.
Yeah, there's some people who are like, hey, accidents happen, it's cool. We just, she's be pregnant and we just try to make the best. Like, we don't care. It's a different kind of energy. So, like, I've even told someone, like, because I said I was done having children. I said, and I said, well, if you get a partner who wants children, I am okay with you having a whole other baby with somebody else.
That's dope.
I am fine with that because I know that I don't want to take that experience from you, especially if I'm older. And I was at a time dating a lot of men who were like in their 28. So I was like, listen, I get it. You having baby fever, you ready. I am not. And I've lost a partner too, saying that. He was like, I want another child and I want him like this year. And I want to do that. And I was like, oh no, sir. And it's like the next year while we were talking, we were still together. We talked. And then when he found someone and he got serious with her, he's like, yeah, I really want to be with her. We just basically broke it off. And he got her pregnant like probably like a month or two later. And yeah, I mean, they had their baby. Like, so I was like, that's cool. Like and he was like, I would think I want to try to, cause she wanted to be monogamous. And I was like, okay, high five. Like we ended on a good note. It was, it was kind of sad, but it was cool that he got to have what he really desired.
That's dope.
That was fine with me. That's what I'm saying. Like people are like, oh, you BS. I'm not. I'm serious. I want you to be happy. And if your time with me is just to be happy for a little bit, it is what it is. I believe in short-term partners. I believe they're there for a reason. I can touch your life and make you a better person, and you can move on and do that with someone else. That is a wonderful thing. We're not always on the same path.
See, that's where I feel. That's where me myself. I feel different at, man. Oh, like okay. me personally. That's why I would just be like, you don't ever just instead of going through maybe a short time and whatever, and you don't ever just think, man, I just want to just be that number one, numero uno. You know what I mean? Just the whole shebang, man. I mean, like. Just keeping it 100. I mean, because even when you say that, and I'm just looking at you like I feel you, but it's just you know what I mean. It ain't. It don't hit like it's like it could just be like as if somebody did just have that, just one person dedicated, they're there, they're not going anywhere, there is none of, you know what I'm saying? Like, because there is people like that, you know what I'm saying? And I dig the whole poly thing, I dig what you're saying, but to see that like that, and just knowing, and just keeping it 100, Poly, just knowing, being a man, right?
Yeah.
I can choose to be that poly way or whatever, and be around a woman that's poly and run that and be like that for years or whatever, but I'm still running it, kind of, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just as a man, though, your intentions may be a little bit more different, but I'm just saying, though, just me, I just know that. That's why when Mr. Best said what he said, when it came, to the women in his family, it touched me, because that's a fact. Like, we're men, we know, we wouldn't want our sister or whatever, cashing out these dudes, or because they're so-called, in love, or a good thing's going, or anything of that nature, you know what I mean? Because we know how we're men. Even though we can be good men, we still know. We know.
Right.
Just like women. I can't tell you exactly how women are. You could. I can give you what I see and whatever, but you can tell me. You know what I mean? You're a woman.
I mean, like I said, I believe in short-term partners, but since now, I'm being last 2.5 years. So there are polypods who only get with the people they're with, and then they stop, and those are their partners forever, and that's what it is. So I don't feel like I'm missing out on that, but I also feel like because I do have partners, like one of my partners especially, he's decided we're dedicated for life, and not just him, but we decided that we're going to be dedicated for life. And so he's a little older too, so he wants to kind of, that's why I had my PolybyNations thing going on, because he's asked me, like, what's the time frame here? Like, I want you to stop at some point and it just be who it is, and find people who are going to be long-term partners, which is fine. I'm very okay with that. So
is that meaning long-term partners with you and maybe somebody else, or just you and him?
Oh yeah, me and him. So my partner does not look for other women partners. So he's just with me. And so, and
but
then
even if it came to you with another male partner, though, is he saying another life partner?
I have
another life. Oh,
yeah, I have two partners now. So yeah, I have that one, and then the other one. So yeah, and I've been with the other one longer. So it's been 3 years and 2.5. So it's been basically, I've been with them too, and like they know each other, whatever. It's a different situation for us. We know we're life partners, so it's different. But I was still dating, and I still date. I still talk to people. So it's something that they've.
With your life partners, so you can have two life partners, but you'll still date.
Yeah, that's my situation.
Wow.
They want to be with me for the long run. Like basically, I'm married. Basically, we have planned on weddings and everything. I have rings and all kinds of stuff. So these are people who want to marry me. So this is not, we're in it for what it is. So that's awesome that I found people like that. But yeah, I do date, and yeah, I've been requested to wrap up the show. And so, now I don't look for short-term partners. So it's not what I'm on.
Before we wrap up, I just have one quick question. So once you're married, would you just stop talking to other people, period? Like, would that stop at that point?
At the request of this situation, no, not like after I marry one person, but find the life partners I'm gonna have, and then cutting off at a certain number. Yes. Yeah.
It's amazing.
Okay.
We're at that point, and like I said, one of my partners is a little older than me. One's younger than me, and one's a little older than me. So, and we're not all, like I said, right now, even though we said we want to be in this situation for a life, we're not on the we're not in we're different places in our life too. So, I mean, we've tried to have a quad. That wasn't too long ago, where it was another woman that we were talking to, and they decided that wasn't going to work. So, I just I went with that. So we're kind of transitioning too as a poly group ourselves. That's very interesting because they were monogamous transitioning to poly. They weren't like me. So I date monogamous men. I don't date poly men usually at all.
You date huh?
Yeah, that's why I'm the weird one, even in poly, because I date monogamous men. Monogamous men talk to me.
That's a whole nother episode, man. That's a whole nother episode.
All the men I date are monogamous. I don't date poly people. But not on purpose. I've dated one poly person, like long term. I've dated one poly person. Everybody else is monogamous. My inbox is monogamous. My inbox is not poly.
Yo, why are you laughing like that, Big Ray?
I don't know what to tell you. Just being honest.
Oh man, I just heard your and I'm myself, man. I'm doing the same thing.
What happened?
I'm just doing it in my head, and when you do it out, it just made me laugh, bro.
Oh man. This has been a very interesting stream.
Yeah, it got really interesting because these is questions I ain't heard, bro. And like you just, hey man, that last one though, wow.
What?
I wasn't expecting that. I'm
really?
For real. I was. Yes.
My whole inbox ever since I started telling people I was poly, it's predominantly monogamous. There's no, I haven't even.
But
even
that goes to my point. That goes to my point, what I said earlier.
Mm-hmm.
When I said I can be a man just trying poly for a minute or something, and you know what I mean? And then I just go ahead and bam.
So I do vet. I vet different than most people do. So since, I've been doing a while, I vet different. I have a different process. And everyone, like I said, my partners are not short-term partners. I mean, these are things that I'm not just going to be like, hey, I want to talk to you. I can usually tell. And then the ones who are kind of a little bit on the side, I'm like, hey, do you know what this is? It's a process. And I let them see what that's like. So it is a process because some people do that. I've heard, this is what triggers me the worst, is where someone comes and to go on a date with me and they ask all the questions about poly and what it looks like. And then they'll do something like, hey, I'll try it with you. And I said, no, I don't want you to try poly. I want you like me. And that's the difference. You can even see that right there. That disqualified you because you just said you wanted to try poly, and I don't want to try poly. I'm not looking for short-term partners. If I was, I really wouldn't care, but I'm not. But someone who was younger, who just was like, oh, I don't really care. I'll just try something for 6 months. Yeah, they'll do that. I see that all the time in my poly groups. They're like, I tried dating this guy and it didn't work. I'm like, yeah, because he just wanted to try it. Okay, and that's it.
Well, I don't, and see, most women haven't met this type of man, right? But see, in every area of the world, there's a type of man, right, that some women have met, some haven't. But it's a type of man where when they meet a woman, right, they check all the boxes. They check all the boxes, you know what I mean? And they just have the woman just going crazy over them. I call it like the Ric Flair effect. You know what I'm saying? Like, all ladies want them. You know what I mean? And just they're just charismatic. They're funny. You know what I mean? They know how they're well dressed, well versed. You know what I mean? I don't think Miss Polly has met that type of gentleman completely yet. But one day she will. One day she will.
You keep saying that. That's hilarious. I don't think that's true. Actually, okay, so I'll tell you.
She already got that. She got that high maintenance she was saying. That's
Lord,
she already dead at that. She dead at that, 84.
No. What I'm saying, there's gonna, and every woman has this, Big Riz. There's one man, right? That like he will have you just in the palm of his hand, melting like butter. You know what I'm saying? Happens to all of you. But you haven't met him yet, but you will one day.
I mean,
she know that. She know damn well she know that.
No,
she ain't gonna admit it.
Now. I'm melting like butter now. I ain't got no problem.
See? But yet, you'll still go out and date somebody else. You Hey,
Exactly.
that's like I said, it's a whole nother episode, man.
Wait a minute.
What I'm saying is once you have a drink of that water, you ain't gonna want no other water but that one. That's what I'm telling you.
I don't think that's true for me. That's why I said my mind is poly.
You haven't met him yet.
My mind is poly. Your mind is poly, but the men that you deal with are monogamous.
Okay, so the I don't know why that is. I find it actually very odd, but that's
right because your mind is poly.
I don't know why they want to, listen. No, I think they like me as a person. That's fine. That's cool. No issue. And they get to know me. That's cool. I have no problem.
Yeah, liking is cool.
Cool. Like I said, I don't date everyone I meet. I don't have intimate relationships with every person I talk to. My dating process is actually fairly quickly, and I'm not like, hey, okay, is it working out? Bye. It's really easy to say no. So it's nothing. It's like, okay, it doesn't, it's a process. Like I said. That's another time. But
what's the But see, I think the question is, what's the process if you say you got two life?
Well, I don't want to say the process online.
Hey, this is what you would say. No, Polly, hold on. But rings and all this and all that, all this whoop de whoop. So you got all of that. You got two life partners. You got ring. What's the process? What are you still out there looking for? There,
I'm not looking for it.
What's the never ending? The saga just continues. I mean,
and that's valid. I mean, my partners have asked me that. It's very, very valid. That's not what it is, and that's why I say I'm not always like looking for someone to date. If someone, let's just say, for example, if I was in a situation right now, and in 5 years from now, I meet someone and we have a great connection, and I just meet them and they my friend and whatever, and they tell me they're really interested in me and things like that. That's just something that takes place. I'm not searching for anyone. I'm not searching.
So you're saying your limit hold down is 2 men?
No,
that's your limit.
I didn't say that.
So you got 3. You can be held down by like 3 or 4 then.
Like I said on previous shows, I can my max number, which I don't like to have this many. My max number is 8. I'm okay with 5, but and that's about it. Yeah.
And then that's about it.
But okay. I don't know. But but my partners and have discussed that. Just I've done it, so I have to. The reason why I have to say is because I've done it, and I've been on on my YouTube channel itself. I talk about when finding your limit and your number. So if I don't mention I've done that, then they'll be like, "Oh, well, you're lying. You said it was 3, and now it's not." No, I know my limit is 8. That's really high. That's extreme. That's me with low contact. I know what that looks like. 5, I can manage 5, and there's no issue. That's really that's pretty fine. And like I said, no. But my partners and me have discussed what it should look like, and they're like, these are our limits. So we've had discussions. So yeah, and that's why I said you have to compromise. You compromise, talk about what it looks like.
But yeah, we gonna close up the stream. I know, people have to go or whatever. But I will say this. I think, I think Miss Polly, I think you just, you just can't, you just can't have enough. You know what I'm saying? You just can't have enough. Some people, they just have a big appetite, and your appetite is for, for having different men, and that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever you want to have more.
See, I can't let you leave like that, because when you say that, it sounds ridiculous. I don't have a lot of different men. So then what?
No, but you have an appetite to get to know different men.
I have more than one. That's it. So how my appetite is that doesn't make sense. I have two long
because most people are monogamous and not poly.
I beg to differ. Most people are monogamous, and because they've seen that everywhere else in America. And then half the time when they're monogamous, people cheat in monogamy so much is ridiculous. And I don't just mean physically cheating. They mentally cheat also. So if you're so monogamous, you would have no desire to talk to anyone else. And I mean that. Like, you would have no desire to try that. Yes. Yes. Because then you're breaking monogamy.
Hey, 84, I love how you started off, bro. That was so classic, man. I'm gonna rewind this stream just to hear that, bro.
I know, I got this. And I'm glad you went into that.
Monogamy rule says you should. Your
He
partner.
said, he said, Miss Polly.
No,
You just can't have enough.
Everything. You can't.
Miss Polly, you're conflating two different things. Your attraction to women will never. Your attraction to women will never go away. But your loyalty to one person, you know what I mean, is you could still be loyal to one person and attract different women. That happens to anybody. You know
I'm not talking about loyalty. Right. Loyalty is based on the person, because you are saying that you feel loyal when they do certain things. Do you feel like you're violating your boundaries?
No.
If you talk in monogamy, you are violating boundaries in monogamy. If you interact with a woman a certain way. I'm not talking about you having sexual relations. If you have conversations with a woman at particular inappropriate times at night, if you go to someone else's house that's a woman, all those things, they're violating. You're violating monogamy.
No,
so
it's not violating because you're not talking about the context of the conversation. Number one.
Yes, I am. Monogamy has particular rules. You're telling me monogamy has no particular rules?
Yeah, but you're not giving the context of those rules. So hold on. So if a woman calls me at 3:00 in the morning, I automatically have to talk about sex? No, I don't have to talk about that, right?
But who's supposed to talk about sex? You don't have to talk about sex. A woman calling you 3 a.m, your woman's gonna get mad.
But why should somebody get mad at that? Why? Where would that stem from?
That's what you should ask a monogamous person, because those are the rules of monogamy.
How you gonna give the rules of monogamy and then you can't tell
me?
They're
rules. There are unspoken rules. You can anything that triggers a mass amount of people who practice the same thing. You guys are practicing monogamy, and these are things that trigger people in these relationships. Why?
Wait, hold on. What did I miss? What did I just miss? Well, I've been gone for a minute, but what did I miss?
A lot.
I don't think it's a lot. I think we have to stop being in denial that monogamy has rules. Monogamy and poly, just like you said, they have codes, okay, that you follow. There's certain things.
Why do you cross the code, Miss Polly? Why do you go to the monogamous men and blow their mind, tell them all this stuff?
No.
What are you talking about? I mean, you're poly.
They come to me because I don't go to them.
But I'm just saying, though, you're poly. You're poly. Why are you entertaining that? You're supposed to be entertaining
it. I said monogamous come to me.
You know what? There's no accountability.
There is. I actually don't have a problem with dating monogamous men. I have no issue with dating monogamous men. Why is that taking accountability? If someone comes to me, accountability for what? That's what I don't understand.
Because you were talking, look, Miss Polly, when you talk about monogamous people, you kind of talk about them like, they're kind of fucking, like they're lost in the sauce. They don't talk. They don't communicate. Polly, we come in a whole different direction. I'm over here like, damn, Polly, they off the hook. Then you talk about, but all the men I deal with are monogamous.
I don't actually have an issue with monogamous people. I don't. I was monogamous. I don't have an issue with monogamous.
And you still deal with monogamous.
Yes, because it's a relationship choice.
B-Eazy.
Yeah, it's a relationship choice. I don't have an issue with people who are monogamous. I think it's fine if you're monogamous. I think as long as you're being healthy and communicating with monogamy, it's wonderful. It's got nothing to do with it. So that's not what I'm saying. And I'm sorry that came off that way. I actually don't have an issue with anyone who's monogamous. I was monogamous for a very long time. I'm a very loyal person. I'm a very honest person. So I don't have any issue with monogamy. I think it's a beautiful thing when it's done correctly. But in that, I know that there's certain things and guidelines you follow in a person or when you're in a relationship that's monogamous. You can't just ignore that doesn't exist, that there's guidelines.
Okay. Hold up. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Okay, so like I said, I just came here, right? So I don't know the full extent of this conversation, but can you summarize what's going on? Because you have mentioned about monogamous, then polyamorous type of relationships. So what are we talking about?
Well, no, I just Mr. Best before he got off, he was going to wrap up the show, which I'm not sure if he still wants to do such. But he just said that, you know, he mentioned that, you know, poly just likes more than relationship, and I ain't gonna lie, that triggers me because it's not really about me just not being able to get enough, and so that I was trying to respond to that is that that's not what it is, and so when we're having that conversation now, it's turning to it keeps kind of flipping, but we're talking about monogamy and poly differences, so that's basically where we are. That's all we're doing. It's all about the guidelines and stuff.
Wait, okay, so you're saying that poly relationships is not about liking multiple people in that sense?
No, I mean, I'm saying when you're monogamous, there are guidelines, just like in poly. Okay. And just because my guidelines are different than yours doesn't mean I'm being promiscuous, because those kind of comments make it seem like, oh, you can't get enough, you're trying to look for something, and that's not always true, because like I just said, there's poly people who only have 2 partners and then they don't have any more, so that's not the indicator of that. But
I know, but see, Miss Polly, you're kind of doing it again, right? Because and look, I'm gonna tell you,
I can't with these
because we can only go by what you give us, Miss Polly.
I'm giving you it. I don't know where our translation is.
But when we talk back to you, right? Like when you tell us something and then like we have a question or we talk back, we're only coming with the information you're giving us. Like we're not putting nothing on it. So when he said you couldn't get enough, it wasn't like that, but it was just the way you were talking was like, you know, hey, I can have 2 life partners. We got rings. And I'm still dating. You feel me? These are your words. So
okay, that's what I'm saying. That's where you guys get confused. You ask me a personal question, I answer it about my personal self. Then I switch, because when you ask the question, it's about poly in general. I cannot answer the question and then I change it because you're asking me in general. So we talking about.
I know, but you also tell us you come from a poly state of mind, Miss Polly.
I'm giving you an example.
So that's the information you give us. So, but that's why when you were saying that, that's how I'm coming. You know, everything you're saying is from a poly.
Okay, so that's where I think this is where I think you're getting confused, because and you're right. And I'm probably explaining it wrong. So I wanted to help you. When I talk, and I do this,
I got you.
I'm in 2 different places. I will talk personal to give you an example. But when you ask me a question in general, I try to answer in general. And I do switch like that, because my personal poly pie is not going to look like anybody else's. And on top of that, I'm odd even in poly. So when I talk, sometimes I have to go back, because my poly is not the norm. It's not. I'm polyandry. Out of all the poly crap there is, I am 3% of the whole world. So it's hard to give you an example that I have personally that is kind of a little bit different. So I try to give you the best example, personal example I can. It's a difficult place to kind of be, because there's other poly people who aren't like me, and I have to try to fit them in. So if I'm
you're saying there's poly men out there that just deal with a lot of monogamous women?
Yes.
So then what's the thing of being poly?
But this is the thing. I'm poly. My partner does not have to be.
Hey, M3, that's what it was. That's all. I just updated you. I just updated you, bro.
Wait, okay, hold on, guys. Hold on, guys.
Confusing.
Wait, hold on. I get the whole. Okay, in general, poly, monogamy, or whatever.
Hold on, M3. Hold on 1 second.
Wait, hold on. It's going to be a real quick.
No, you're jumping into a conversation. I'm trying to just clear up what you were saying about what I said to her. I wasn't trying to trigger you. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wasn't trying to trigger you. The only thing I was saying is that the only reason I said is have an appetite to get to know different men, because you do, because you're poly. If you didn't have an appetite to get to know different men, you was only in a singular relationship, that would make you monogamous. That's why I said
You're breaking up, bro.
I'm probably breaking up. I'm probably struggle feeling. It is what it is. Can y'all hear me? I'm struggle feeling.
Well, that's when you told me, like you said, no. Then when you told me that you would be attracted to other women, monogamy, if you, I can go look. If you're in the monogamy, you're not, mono is not more than one. So you shouldn't be attracted to anyone else.
No, it's a difference between being attracted and you acting on that attraction. You're gonna always be attracted to opposite sex to the day that you're not here.
You're serial monogamous. Most people are serial monogamous.
No.
Yes, they are. That's what it's called. People who date normally are called serial monogamous, and you can look that up. This is not words I'm making up. You're serial monogamous because they date in series. You literally will date someone. Say you're monogamous, you'll date someone. Monogamy, the root of that is one. That means there's only one person for you. Out of everywhere, there's only one. So if you can say you like someone or want someone else, that's not actual monogamy. You're a serial monogamous.
Nobody said you like
dating series. Yeah, you'll date someone.
You can be attracted to somebody, but you don't have to want to be with them. It's
not monogamy. Not the word monogamy. You guys are using it wrong. It's serial monogamous. That's what y'all do. Y'all date mono for a series of time, and then you do it again. Look it up. I'm not making up these words. Serial monogamy. That's what you do.
You know what the problem is? There's so many different terms. Like we can't really. Okay, so here's the thing. There's so many different terms. No. I said there's so many different terms, right? This is the part that confuses pretty much an entire nation. You know what I mean? Because like you have monogamous, then you have polyamorous or polygamy. You have all these things that people are still trying to figure out because one could be like you're either in a serious relationship, or one is like, you could just date people because you just want to have fun and be in multiple relationships. But sometimes I get thrown off and I get confused and I have to redirect myself right back again to get the full proper understanding. But the little bit that I got, remember, like I said, I just came in, right? So, like, okay, a person who live in a monogamous lifestyle, okay, it's a person who's only choosing to be with one partner, right? Am I right?
So, okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of times I don't use a lot of the terms.
Yes or no, Miss Polly?
No, I'm gonna answer it because I'm trying to answer it. Listen, this is why it's hard for me. I went and studied and looked up these things. Okay, I didn't just jump in it and not have the information. So when you guys come to me, sometimes I kind of water down the information I have because it is a lot. M3, it is a lot. So when you say monogamy, what the word is when you look it up is one-on-one, and there's only one. Serial monogamy is what it's really called, what people do in America. You date for a short period of time over and over again. And if you decide to stay in that relationship for 18 years, it's whatever. But it's still serial monogamy because you were with someone else. Really, mono is just one.
Okay. That's it. Okay, I will have to look that up because I never heard the term serial monogamy.
Correct.
Right.
Okay, so wait, hold on.
Anybody can change their mind.
Yeah. Okay, just make it simple, okay? Okay. Miss Park, make it simple, okay? So
I'm trying.
It's monogamy, monogamous, right? That's the same thing, right?
Monogamy, yeah.
Okay. So that's one person who's just dating only one person or married to one person, right? Or matter of fact, let's not even get confused with dating and marriage, right?
She's putting it like you just been with one person your whole life. That's it.
So one person your whole life, right? So
if you're only one person your whole life, yeah, that's mono.
Okay, so that's mono. That's monogamy. That's not serial monogamy. But
what's old, Miss Polly? What's the age starting at?
Wait. Hold on, Riggs. Right?
Nah, if we gonna get into it, we gonna get into it, bro.
Hold on, Riggs. Hold on. Lola, I'm just trying to learn, right? So Miss Polly. So if that's the case, what if that person, right, was with that person, and then that person, let's say, like, becomes a widow. So now the person's moving on to someone else.
You can't move on.
We mean can't move on.
What?
I'm serious. That's what it is. That's why it doesn't make sense to even use that word.
Miss Polly, what are we? All right.
No, I'm not.
What's up with it, Queen?
These are scholars. I'm not talking about BS that y'all look up on YouTube. I'm talking about I went and got scholarly. I went deep. We weren't in here like looking up YouTube videos and high-fiving people, okay? I went to scholars. I looked at people who are doctors. I went and looked up all this stuff. This was not something that did not take 2 weeks. The word soup gets, that's what's hard for me, because when I try to water it down, later on in conversations, people will bring it up and I'll be like, oh, damn, maybe. And I've actually been told by other poly people, don't water it down, because then when I have a conversation with someone, they get confused. So now it's like
you should water it down. You should at least, but you're not making it even simpler. That's the thing. You don't have to water it down.
It's watering it down.
Well, dang.
I haven't watered nothing down with you, Miss Polly.
Okay,
I've been straightforward.
Everybody is saying,
I'm not saying you. I said I have to.
y'all know you control that shit, so hold the fuck up.
Hold up.
And next time I'm going to edit that video. I'm going to put E's face on it. But E's not here. The point is, you didn't answer my second question though. My second question is like, okay, so since you're saying that part, then what makes me different than being like true monogamous then? Because anybody could just break up, and get into other relationships and still choose to be solo mono. So what makes us different because we decided to choose someone else, or maybe the person decides to break up with us and decides to go with someone else. So let me say this. Forget about the forget about the devil part, right? Being a widow. What if I'm in a relationship with someone and then that person decides to break my heart and go on with someone else? What does that make me still if I have no choice but to move on to someone else? Am I still not monogamous?
You're a serial monogamous. That's what I'm saying to you.
Okay, let me look up. Go ahead, you guys.
Queen, go ahead. Shoot.
Huh?
Queen.
I don't.
Well, Queen, if you want to know what the topic is, having ADHD.
I don't really know what's going on, but I will say that the word monogamy means it's a relationship with only one partner at a time. Has nothing to do with never being attracted to someone. It's the practice or state of being married to one person at a time. It's the practice or state of having a sexual relationship with only one partner at a time. So I don't understand why, as humans, we're gonna find people attractive, but I think it has nothing to do with the person not being monogamous.
Okay, so
that sounds ridiculous, but anyway.
Okay, so I did my research real quick and I looked it up, right? So Miss Polly, okay, so this is what it says, right? So Miss Polly is right about the whole term serial monogamy, right? Serial monogamy is a type of romantic relationship which an individual has a series of exclusive long-term partners or partnerships, one after the other, rather than being involved in multiple relationships at the same time. In other words, a serial monogamous commits to one partner at a time, but after the relationship ends, they move on to another committed relationship with another partner. This pattern of behavior can continue throughout a person's life, in which relationship lasting for varying lengths of time.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. So I get it, right? There's no
that
judgment.
has nothing to do with being attracted to people.
I'm not even talking about attraction, right?
I'm saying what the point I think was made earlier is that you can't be monogamous and be attracted to other people.
Well, I think what Miss Pye is trying to say is like, okay,
she's
talking about like the Webster's term, like, well, according to pretty much the Webster's term of monogamous, you're not really monogamous, you're a serial monogamous, which, okay, I get that definition, but it just was kind of mind-boggling, right? It's that like we throw out so many terms, and I guess I'm gonna have to use that, we wire stuff down or whatever, that a lot of people are just confused. You know?
No, we throw out these terms to fit what our talking points. It's bullshit. I mean, come on. If you want to be with multiple people, be with them. But don't try to sit here and down or correct or tell someone they wrong for what they do. You do what you do, you fly by it. Dude, all these terms are bullshit. We got all these terms these days for people who want to fit in their own cup. They instead of calling the cup, now it's a kettle. Fuck it. It's still something that holds water and you drink from it. God damn it, it's a cup. I don't care what nobody say. We always want to fit these terms to fit what we want to do, what's new to us, it's all the same thing. It's all the same thing. A wheel is a wheel is a wheel. Whether it's square, rectangle, or triangle, it's still a wheel. That's it.
And
come on. So in life, you're never going to be attracted to nobody else because you're in a committed relationship. Then you blind and you living on an island. It's not reality. There's always somebody who looks better, that's has a quality that another person doesn't have. Doesn't mean that you're cheating, doesn't mean that you're not committed. It just means that you're human and somebody looks better. But that don't mean you go sleep with them, you go whatever. It has nothing to do with that. What are we talking about?
Facts. Let me say it. Let me say it. It's a difference.
Stop trying to downgrade what someone else believes because it's not what you do. That's the problem. If you want to do whatever you want to do, you want to go ride a roller coaster, go ride a roller coaster. If I want to go slide down a hill, I'm going to slide down a hill. Don't mean my hill is less than or better than your roller coaster. Damn it, you don't want to be on my hill, then don't be on it. There's attractive people every day. It's a difference. I can look and say, that person is pretty. That's like saying, I can say that person's pretty and still be committed and faithful to my partner. What are we talking about?
We was actually a little bit different than that. It was a little bit different subject than that.
Go ahead, Rich.
No. What Queen is saying, she writing what she's saying, but the subject was a little bit different than that. It wasn't more or less on that type of scenario of what we was talking about.
But I heard something about Mr. Best said something about somebody calling at 3:00 in the morning. I believe that every relationship, every life, we have boundaries. And it's called being respectful. That's it. Ain't got nothing to do with dating. Ain't got nothing to do with how many partners you got, mono, serial, legaloon, multiple thousandaire. Who cares? It's all about boundaries
what we
life.
Was on though, Queen. What we was on more is that on in the poly lifestyle and what she was saying as for her. I remember what you were talking about when 84 was talking about the 3 a.m. thing, but we was more on the thing of because she's poly, right? So they can have they can kind of do what they want, but she was saying that she can have 2 life partners, and she has 2 life partners, and the question was kind of posed was, well, when is enough? Like when, if you have 2 life partners, and then that's when I kind of asked, like, what's how many is what's the main, what's the top, and then we got into a conversation of that. So but then the thing that was the kicker was that she's poly, but the men that she deals with are the monogamous men. So that's where I was. That's where I was having a difference in, and also because at the end I was thinking that the men were also poly men because everything that she was saying was coming from a poly perspective. So I was thinking that. So when I found out it was more of monogamous men, then I was like, the tables are a little bit different because monogamous men, they think differently and they'll lie and do whatever to, if they're gonna be around a poly woman, if they know like if that's how their lifestyle.
I gotta grab my food. So I want to make my points real quick, and then I'm gonna grab my food.
That was all.
No,
yeah.
Number one, if you felt disrespected about what I said, Miss Polly, I apologize. All right, so that's number one.
No, far from that.
Number two.
I think I know what Queen was talking about though. Guidelines.
Wait, Miss Party. Oh, Mr. Best gotta go in a minute.
Oh, sorry. Go
I
ahead.
just gotta grab my food real quick, y'all. I just grab my food. I'm saying I'm gonna grab my food, but number two, I'm gonna just say this: the reason I say that you have an appetite to get to know different men is the fact that you actually do, because you are getting to know different men. If you didn't have the appetite to get to know different men, you wouldn't get to know different men. You'd just get to know one person. That's only why I was basing it. I wasn't trying to be disrespectful or anything else. I also will say this: I think also as well, when it comes down to it, like, all right. And this is between, and this is why I say you can be attracted and not do anything to somebody, not do anything with somebody, and still be in a relationship, because it's true. It's like I use an example for reference. I may like donuts, right, or ice cream or whatever, right. So it's a difference between me liking ice cream and donuts and eating like just maybe one or two, or me eating a whole dozen, right. If I'm eating a whole dozen, I'm being a gluttonous, right. I'm taking it a way step beyond. I'm going past me just liking donuts. You know what I mean? I could like donuts, but now when it becomes me being gluttonous or me being greedy, then I'm taking it a step beyond. So that's what I'm saying. Like you could be attracted, but you don't have to take it a step beyond and actually do something with somebody. You know what I mean? Oh, cool, they're attractive. You know what I mean? Everybody knows they're attractive, they're good looking or whatever, right? Like I said, there's certain people that we can all recognize as universally good looking, or most people say that they're good looking, right? And a lot of people are attracted to them. That doesn't mean that you're actually going to be with that person or you're going to sleep with that person. That's a whole different thing. That's taking it further than just based on attraction, right? You can be attracted to someone and think that they're attractive and not do anything with them. You know what I mean? Because men are attracted to women. Cool, they have an attractive quality or they look attractive. That don't mean I want to get with them. You know what I mean? They're just somebody that looks attractive. It is what it is. But yeah.
I mean, yeah. The thing you're saying, like, that's what I'm. Okay, those same guidelines you're saying, they apply to poly. Like, I can cheat on my partner. Like, literally, that's not something I want to do. If my partners are not be okay with me just seeing a guy and be like, hey, he's hot. No, that would not be allowed at all. That is cheating, because we all have guidelines. Relationships have guidelines. And so when she was saying what she's saying, I think I know what she's talking about. When she's saying just because you think someone's attractive, no, you're not going to violate your partner's, boundaries and guidelines. It doesn't matter what relationship you're in. No matter what it is, it can be lifestyles. If you and your partner have discussed, this is what bothers me, I don't like that, don't do that. Those conversations happen, and you guys, you make sure you don't violate someone's boundaries. That's right. If your partner says 3 o'clock calls from women is not okay, which a lot of women do think that's inappropriate, or even 11 o'clock, 3 o'clock, whatever. But there are some people who are like, I don't care. If someone calls you at 3 a.m, it's your friend and he wants to tell you something. I don't care. So that is a boundary with you and your partner privately that you discuss, and y'all flow and do what you do, because that is a boundary you discuss. I think that's what I was trying to say. But monogamy with guidelines in general, there are a lot of unmentioned guidelines that monogamy has. And I'm not saying they're wrong or right. I'm saying these are the guidelines. When you're monogamous, staring at a woman is probably a no-go. Staring at a man for a long period of time or having a conversation with a man is probably a no-go. That's a little bit too long. For poly, those guidelines may not exist, but they might also. So whatever guidelines you and your partner discuss, that's what happens. It doesn't matter what relationship you're in. But in monogamy, usually, because they usually have a standard guideline, is that those things are not appropriate. Texting women that for no reason, women are going to get mad. Those kind of things are not allowed. So guys usually move a certain way around other women when they're with a woman. And that's what I'm saying. So those guidelines do exist. So you just have to follow them. And if you're not following them, even if it's harmless, it's violating them. If you know and makes your partner feel uncomfortable if someone's calling you at 11, you're violating it, regardless if you think it's okay or not.
Yeah. So let me say this though. Okay. So Big Riggs, right? You still here? Oh, did he leave? Big Riggs.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah. So to answer the question, right? Because I know you asked like what was confusing was that because the men are because the men that she has, right, are men who are in a relationship with a poly woman, but yet they are monogamous. Basically, it's like a preference of choice. In other words, that defines like, okay, what term that you are. Like I said, there's so many goddamn terms now these days. But anyway, so anybody who's into like the poly or polygamous, whatever type of lifestyle that's into multiple partners, you can actually find somebody who's monogamous that's only committed to you, but however, it's okay with you still living your type of lifestyle. Which, you know, I still kind of find it kind of weird a little bit, you know. But I guess if you look at it this way, look at it like if it was the other way around, where like a guy has multiple relationships with other women at the same time, but all the women are committed to him.
Right.
So I mean, I get it. I was like that too, like when you first told me about it, because I thought like they all would have been poly by association or just by participation, until you told me like, well, they don't go after other women, which I would for sure take advantage of that, but that's on them. They choose that they want to be faithful and committed to you, and you know, all I gotta say is this was probably when they decide to put a ring on it, you better make sure like you got like, you know, you got enough rings to fit in that finger. So
I mean, I do have rings, but I don't really wear jewelry, so I don't put them on. But I think what it is it's weird because, like you said, like I was open to them finding other partners. One of them decided he didn't want you anymore, at least at this juncture. So we can change, like we're not stagnant, but he definitely has said he doesn't think he has the capacity to be involved with more than one person, and he doesn't desire to do such. So the other one, you know, he's kind of open to it still, but he never really is really like really serious with anyone or talks to anyone to that degree. I don't know. It's just how it is. Like I said, when we found a fourth person to talk to, he kind of introduced us to her, and she was really nice. I'm still friends with her. So it was really, really nice to have another woman in the mix with us. Definitely. And I'm not bisexual, so I mean, it's just like a real nice friendship that we bonded, and it's nice to have. So that
means that they're not monogamous then.
No, I said one. Right? No, when they came to me, they were. Oh. Yeah, but when I first met them, they're not.
But okay, but here's the other thing, Miss Polly, right? You may have to, like, you know, especially for people who just coming into the panel, you may have to practice differentiation a little bit more, right? Because I see you keep switching up from personal to general, and then you switch up to personal, and then you get other people confused because then they're like, "What the hell are you talking about now?" Right? Like, so I get it, but it's like you gotta try to make it a little bit more sense. You know, let's know if you're switching back to, like, you know, Miss Polly versus the poly life.
Right. And that's true. That's why I gave Big Slap his. I know what he's saying, and you know, ADHD doesn't help. I know I do it. I absolutely.
And not for sure. Big Riz probably had rolled up like 5 to 10 blunts right now. You know, trying to dissect this conversation.
But to keep it 100 though, Miss Polly, I really appreciate you though, because I done came at you with some questions, man, and you answering them. You know what I'm saying? It's like my mind may be blown with some of the answers, but shit, I'm getting fucking answers. You know what I'm saying? So that's dope.
I don't want to give up on people. I don't want to give up on people who maybe I don't want to misguide anyone too, but I also know I have to water down some things, and I don't mean it like in a bad way. It's just it is overwhelming if you're not looking at it in a study or educated fashion. And I mean, not saying anyone who does. I'm saying like if you're not looking at it in a scholarly way of kind of break it down, it does all the word soup that like Queen says. It gets overwhelming and stupid, and I don't like it. But when I'm talking to particular people or trying to get a point across, sometimes I have to dig it out and pull out the other words because they make a difference when we're having a conversation. But most of the time, I don't want to. I don't like it, but I have to sometimes. Talk in general. Like I said, I get slack from poly people all the time. When I say I'm polyandry, they're like, "No, you're not," because both of your guys.
Miss Poly, it's okay. We get it, you know, and Queen, she gets it too, though. But let me ask you this though, because a lot of you women do say that you're not attracted to women. Okay, I get that or whatever. However, you know, I feel like, you know, most are a little, you know, 0.25% gay, you know, in some cases.
Okay.
But
Queen gonna come in on this one.
But the reason why I'm saying this, right? Okay, is because, well, and this will lead to a question. What if, like, you find a man that's attractive, but he's into the party life, right? Are you okay with it? Will you be okay if one of your men brings in like female partners, like multiple female partners into the home?
Yeah, I'm not against it.
Okay. So like, what if he suggests, hey, like, you know, what would really make me happy if, like, you know, we all have like our orgy or whatever, me, you, and my poly girlfriend, other poly girlfriend.
Okay.
Will you participate in those curriculum activities?
Okay, so maybe make sure I have the question right. So if I find a partner and they want a lady to join us,
yeah,
in a sexual moment, in the sexual one, to some extent, I'd be okay. But I don't eat carpet out here. You know what I'm saying?
You say you don't eat carpet? Okay. But you'll still participate. You'll ride on the carpet.
No riding on the carpet. I can't do that. No. Well, we have to talk about some boundaries prior to the incident.
Then what are you gonna do with the girl then?
I don't know. I don't think that's what I'm saying. I'm okay if this is something for them.
No, maybe. Okay, but here's the thing. Part of the question is that your poly man, right, that you're in a relationship with, wants or has a fetish or whatever, and he wants to see, okay, you know,
I got you.
A 3-sided type of activity.
No,
so that involves with you in the beautiful. No,
you have to say no. And I've answered this for some men. I've had polyandry men come to me and ask me. They'll say the same thing. They said, "Hey, I was with this woman. She's polyandry, but she keeps trying to force me to be in sexual intimate situations with her boyfriend and her other boyfriend, and I'm not homosexual, and I don't feel comfortable in that. I don't mind being in the room, or like we're all kind of trying to please you, but I don't want to participate with him in any kind of way." And I tell them, then tell her no. That's not a boundary you want to go with. Say no.
Okay. Then let me ask you this question, okay? Now, let's reset, okay? I just want to reset everything. And I'm not gonna probably say anything at this point. But let's say, okay, because you do have multiple partners. But let's just say, like if you guys all want to get together, okay? I think you guys lived in the same roof at one time, right?
Yeah.
Or okay. But let's say there was an opportunity, right, for you to, like, it's just you and your partners, and you just feel in the mood. You just want to have some adventure time with you and your two partners. Will you be open for that? If both are to say, hey, like, you know, like let's have some fun. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I don't know. That's not a me issue though. That'd be a them issue that they would have to say there's a problem.
Okay, okay. Well, let me reconstruct again, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Like, will you be okay if, like, one of your male partners like other men?
No.
Okay, you won't be okay with it.
There's a lot of polyandry women who are. I'm not in. I don't want to date a bisexual man. No.
So, okay, not even if they had a thing for each other. and a thing for you at the same time. That would be
there's nothing wrong with anyone who's bisexual. I don't want a male partner who's bisexual. It's not for me. But there's a lot of polyandry women who do. There's a lot.
Got you. So if the opportunity came where they was to offer you like a threesome, but they're not. I'm not saying like they're gay or whatever. I'm not saying like that type of way. Like, but basically just sex at the same time.
Yeah.
Will you be open for that if they present that idea to you?
Personally, in this situation, I'd be open to try something. I would be open to try something. I wouldn't, for me personally, but I know they're very like no. So
no. That's why I'm trying to take them out of the equation.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is that basically, let's refresh.
I'm open.
If you had two new partners, right? Forget about
I'm
the
open.
the chat. So
I'm
open. So you open with two guys at the same time if they present the opportunity.
If they ask me to try it, I'm actually like, if I personally had to say, if they came to me, I would still be nervous and I would feel I've never done that before. So that would be a whole new situation. And if my partners wanted to try something like that or open to it, it would be something that I had to think about, but I might be open to it. Like in the ones I'm with now, because I've been with them a very long time. And if everyone felt comfortable in a moment, I could possibly do it.
Yeah, I'm not adding those guys into the equation.
I know. I said I could. Okay, if it's new partners, I would be open to think about it. But if some man came to me and was like, "Hey, I know we're dating. I've actually had that happen, and I've said
okay. And so my last final question, and at this point, I'm not gonna say anything else. I'm just gonna play it in my little memory. Last question is, if you're not open to it, let's just say like if it's like I don't really like it, but I want to make them happy, will you at least try as far as like have a conversation, maybe go halfway into it?
For me personally?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll try it. I'm okay with new things. I'll try.
Okay, that's all I just want to know.
Yeah, it's a little nervous. Yeah, I would try it, but it sounds like a lot. I ain't gonna lie to you, but I try. And you know what? Because if you're the only one too, I think people don't think about that in those three ways people do. There's a lot of different energy in that room. Just being general, I don't know how people do it. But like everyone doesn't do the same kind of energy. Someone might be more aggressive. Someone may be really gentle, and then you may be it's a lot. So like, are they gonna buy? Does that person not like that? And they don't know. I only see people who do that very well is the ones who are tripods. If you don't know what that is, basically when everybody's together, like women are bisexual or they all are okay with doing stuff with each other. And everyone participates. Same thing with men. There's two men, they're bisexual, and there's a woman, and they all kind of do something together. Those are the times those work. But like I said, I'm weird, even in poly world. So as a person who dates monogamous men who don't want to do that or like intimacy separate, I don't have to really deal with that. We don't have real intimate moments together at all. I mean, we've like sat in the bed together and watched movies and stuff, but like,
look, I'm not even asking you about like your you don't have to explain about your personal.
I'm just giving an example.
I was just trying to throw out a little scenario stuff, but I mean, you pretty much answered my question though, so
okay,
yeah.
That's what I say. That's exciting. I don't know. There's been lots of new things that I've experienced as even this, and I don't even want to say I don't like saying I'm polyandry because they claim I'm not, but being in poly, I've experienced a lot of new things when my partners get to know each other better and are becoming cooler with each other. I've experienced a different, relationship dynamic too. So I got some interesting like moments that I didn't experience before that I think if I was with two bisexual men I would have already experienced it, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
I wouldn't experience it now.
Well,
so ever heard of a lady called Passion Jones? She's like all over the place. Passion Jones, she is a plus size model, and she has a husband and a boyfriend, and she just got a new boyfriend like a couple years ago, whatever. But and she just found out she was pregnant just recently. But her husband, for a long time, I didn't know that he was actually bisexual. And they were doing an interview, and I heard him say, "Yeah, like me and him." And I was like, "Wait a minute! I didn't know that." And it threw me all off because I was like, "Oh, dang! I thought she was like me, and she's not. She's not like me."
Yeah.
I rarely find someone whose a woman whose partners are not bisexual. We don't really see that. They're usually bisexual.
Yeah. I mean, I guess the bisexual part of the question I asked, like, I was trying to tie two and two together, but just so I could kind of get a little bit more understanding as far as like with like poly life, because I know some probably will say like like which maybe that's not poly, that might be something else that I'm getting mixed up with, but it's like a woman or a man that loves anything, or everything.
Are they in lifestyles? Because you can be poly and lifestyles.
Yeah, Lola, these terms, man.
The terms throw you off. Okay. Yeah. Lifestyle basically is like all the sexual stuff that people do. That's the best way to say it, simplest terms. Anything that has to do with fetishes, swapping, wife swapping, all that stuff. Those are fetishes. Those are not a relationship structure. They just basically, I guess the best way to say it, it's just like you're gonna swap or whatever. But people who do like wife swapping, they still have like that's their wife. Like no one's gonna ever come in between their wife and anything else. You can come and have sex with them, do whatever, but you're never going to like replace their husband or wife. Cockholds, same thing. That's their wife. You're just coming to do a sexual moment and go about your life. Those are lifestylers who like to kind of realm in there. And there are people who are poly with multiple partners who are along with their partners and they're lifestylers. I don't date lifestylers and I have no interest in doing such. My relationships aren't sexually based. So I don't have any need for that. But I hang around a lot of lifestylers, but I don't date them, have relationships with them that are intimate. None of those things. So So the stuff you're talking about, people who want to do that, they just want to have freaky moments. And they go to lifestyle parties and clubs, sex clubs, and
well, no, Miss Polly, the reason why I even asked the second part of the question, right? Because if you recall, like going back to the first one, okay, when I asked you about, okay, if one of your men wanted to have like a threesome, which involves you and another woman, you wouldn't be down for that. Like it wouldn't be like much of a discussion to meet them halfway, because you're not gay or whatever. So, you wouldn't really want to participate, because that would involve like you, like with some other woman physically as well too, though. But if it's like you and then two men, even though that might be uncomfortable, but you're open to try it. And that's where I was getting off with the second question, because I wanted to kind of get an understanding.
Okay. Well, I mean, the difference really is because I'm a woman and there's another woman in the room, and they're asking me to interact with a woman, and I don't desire a woman in that fashion. But if it's two men, they're not two women. I'm attracted to the two men. So
I get that, but I'm just saying, like, okay, like there's your need, and at first it's like what your partners need. And I know you never been in that situation where maybe when your partners is like, hey, I want you and another girl to participate to fulfill my need, versus, hey, like, two guys fulfilling like your need. I'm not saying you're the one that's asking.
I see what you're saying.
Because you're making it clear that, hey, like I will kind of feel comfortable. So that might not even be something that you'll be vocal about. But I'm just saying, like, as far as what needs, like, okay, you'll be more likely to say yes because there's two guys that's offering you versus one guy that's asking you to participate in something that you're not attracted to. But
I wouldn't feel like if that was the experience they wanted, I wouldn't feel like I would give them the experience they would want or desire. Like I would fail at that. But I will be honest because I'm a little bit more open. If that is the case, if they have a desire, a real deep desire, and they come and have a conversation with me, I would suggest that they maybe have that experience with two women and just wouldn't be me. And I'd be okay with that. That would be my suggestion.
Salute to my brother, Kings and Dreams. Thank you for tuning in, my brother.
Yeah, I wouldn't participate, but if they could find two ladies and they wanted to do that, and that's something they really desired. Me personally, I like that my partner would be happy doing something they enjoy, especially if they hadn't really experienced things. I'd like them to experience something sexually if they never had a chance to. I'd be okay with that conversation about safety and all that. I'd be okay with that.
Okay. Well, look, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up the stream.
Okay.
So I can get to my gaming, but
are you playing Mario Kart?
No. Actually, I'm about to be on my PlayStation 4. Unlike you, Miss Polly, I don't have a PlayStation 5.
I know.
I'm not the fortunate one.
Oh my God. My other partner just got PlayStation 5 too. And that's hilarious. He was like, let's go buy the games. I was like, ha ha. Now we have two PlayStation 5. That's funny. It's going to be exciting. All Hogwarts.
I can't even find those systems. I didn't go to Nebraska. That's why I didn't.
You got to find some friends on GameStop, man. I was in there. I was like, hey, listen, I talked to the girl who was in there, and I was like, she's like, we just got a shipment. I think we have some in the back. I was like, I'm about to call you like in an hour, right? She's like, yeah. I'm like, I'm gonna talk to you and ask you, just hold it for me. So I called her, and she's like, I do have it. I was like, I'm coming right now, and I came and got it. Like I'm on top of it. You gotta get a GameStop friend, man. That's what you need. That'll change everything. You need the GameStop friend. It changes everything for you. Okay? I'm telling you.
Look, man, they don't even have any good gamers out there.
Man. That shit's wild.
Huh?
Older gamers.
Why?
I'm just a person that's never really been into video games and nothing. So when I see like the people that were into video games when I was younger, and as they get older, like you guys, you know what I'm saying? Y'all still into that shit.
Listen.
I mean, Riggs, you never played like Pong at least?
What's going on?
No, I was pretty good at like Tekken and Excite Bike. I built some pretty nice tracks, and I was good at like Super Mario Brothers and all that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Some Donkey
Kong. Play it now. Slap. It makes you feel better. Like I got addicted, and I had to pull back. So I just watched my.
I had stepbrothers and sisters, man, growing up, and they was really big into that shit. Like, that's how I know it. That's how I played those games, because they always had all the new game systems during the holidays.
Yo, one of my old favorites, right, was on the Switch was like Mario Maker. It took me back to nostalgia days. Yeah, they have a Mario Maker where you build your own levels.
What?
And then you race against other Mario characters online.
Wait a minute, I'm missing out.
I mean, the online is shit because, Nintendo shit, but...
Yeah, there's alcohol in there.
Blaming on the alcohol.
No, I got bronchitis.
You forgot. You forgot. You got two good sips in, and it was like, oh, this shit hot.
No, it's water. It's all water.
Is some vodka?
No vodka.
It's the vodka Kool-Aid version,
I've never even been drunk, Rig.
That's some Zima.
I've never been drunk. I just haven't ever. You know what? I should try to be drunk one time in my life. I asked my partners, and they said no, and I said okay. But I was like, will you be here with me? I don't think
You've never been drunk before.
I don't drink alcohol. Never. I never had the experience.
Well, that's good for you, you know?
I never been high. Never been nothing. Real honest. But I think I'm missing out, but then everyone tells me I'm not. So then I'm like, okay, never mind. I just keep waiting and then it never happens.
You said
so
you
maybe
just do it. Wait, okay, so but you smoke and you drink.
You
right?
might fuck around and hit the unlock button. You smoke or something. You ain't just be fine where you're at, man. Because sometimes, boy, oh boy.
Hey, but you know, I never smoked
drinking.
in my life, so.
Really?
Yeah, never.
You might fuck around and hit the unlock button.
You
might come. Hell yeah. That boy, I ain't even gonna get into it because I had somebody get mad when we was on the show talking because we ended up bringing up some shrooms and how like it was a big thing with a lot of artists, bro. Because it really, you know, it really opens you up.
Wait, did this happen on your segment on the EazilyRigged?
Yeah.
Oh no!
And the person got a little offended, you know what I mean? And we was like, man, we ain't promoting this shit. We was just talking about, you know, what kind of happens with it, because you know, certain people haven't experienced it, and I was, you know, was speaking on it, you know, and from an example of also artists that's done it, you know what I'm saying, from music artists and everything.
Hey, Riggs, let me ask you this though, right? Do all of our daily streams like trigger people? Because I feel like there's not one stream that nobody doesn't walk away triggered. They come back, of course, but I feel like
there's gonna always be somebody out there, man.
We trigger everybody. What you mean?
That'd be a perfect world if there wasn't one. So,
well, we all have different opinions and places and all kinds of stuff.
Look, man, if I could get at least like one stream, right? No one in the chat or the channel gets upset. That would be a lifetime achievement. I haven't reached that yet.
Listen, guys, you know, I'm glad you guys asked poly questions. I feel good when I tell people about poly stuff. Unfortunately, every monogamous man I come in contact with wants to try poly because they think it's interesting after I explain it, and it's cool. But it's not for everybody. I'll say again, monogamy is just as good and valid. You know, find your place in life and enjoy it, and enjoy the people that you know come in contact with. Be nice to people with ADHD because we're like the coolest people in the world. And
hey, shout out to your internet connection tonight.
Yeah, you didn't have no glitches or nothing, man. Good job.
Because she finally listened. You know, I should take the credit for it because I told you, Miss Pyle, a long time ago. I was like, get your old ancient Mac computer or whatever the shit that you're using and start using your cell phone.
That was
at least that would work.
But when I first started, I had the phone. Listen, I don't know, my internet was active.
Uh-oh.
I spoke too soon.
Oh, she's back.
Oh, shit.
Why? You see, you jinxed me.
Man.
Why you do that?
Why'd you do that?
Why your internet do that to you? Yo,
I hate the internet.
Why they do that there?
I'm
Yo,
done.
why the internet so undefeated, bro?
I'm so sad. I just want to be sad now.
Whoa, Miss Party, you was close though. You had a good run for 3 hours and like 29 minutes though.
Yeah, man, this shit been 3 hours and some change, man. It's been a long stream.
Nice I know. I appreciate you guys holding out.
This was your show, Miss Polly. Your shit went. You kind of lit.
I try. I like talking about poly stuff, but you know, I've been running away from it. I've been letting you guys drive the car. But you know, some men came to me and asked me some questions lately, and I was trying to answer that for them. And so,
did you answer that question for B-Eazy?
What was that? I don't eat no groceries. I don't eat groceries. First of all, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm not looking at any grown man's groceries. Okay. I just think that's just not gonna work. That's not gonna work.
I mean, now Miss Pie, don't jump the gun. He was actually eat groceries. It could have
I
been from Kroger's. It could have been from Sprouts.
Mm-mm.
You don't eat produce?
No, I don't do that. Mm-mm.
Not even chitlins?
No, oh no, I don't eat no. I can't do that. I can't be part of that. I can't wear that. You know, I'm just being honest. Listen, that's too much. Okay, first off, I'm a kind of get to action kind of lady anyway. So I'm like, hey, you know, where's the show at? So that is not, you know, I don't know. You know, got a lot of things to do. You know what I mean? TikTok.
Okay, I feel you know you're a starveritarian though. All right, I get you. B-Eazy said don't cap.
What about what? Eating groceries? No. I wouldn't even want you to eat my groceries. Okay, I'm cool.
Oh damn,
you know
that answers like the magic carpet, right? Damn, okay.
I'm good. No grocery eating, none of that. We good.
Hey, well, I guess no need for Manscaped. Look, man. All right, let me go ahead and wrap it up.
Sorry. Now you got me choking. Look at you. I can't.
All right. Look, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to Knowledge in Relationships. You know, with your hostess, Miss Polly, Big Rigs, Slap. Yes. You know, salute to you. Wait, Miss Polly. So now, okay. So wait, Miss Polly. I gotta give you one last pop quiz, okay?
Okay, pop quiz. Here we go.
Okay. Hold on for just 1 second, right? All right, let me try to.
Okay, let me take this water.
Okay. Oh shit, she's freezing up. I don't know if she did that on her own or whatever. She said, "Let me take some." Okay, there you go, Miss Polly.
Yes.
What is this name? This man's proper name down below.
Which one?
Our other
them glasses ain't even working, man. This is too much, man.
I don't see anybody's name.
You're not supposed to see his name. Do you not remember his name?
You talking about Riggs?
But what is his governmental stream name?
You mean on here, right?
What is his actual name on stream? What do
is
we
it?
call
It's Big Rig Flat.
Okay. I just want to make sure. I'm for sure you found some type of way. Big.
I was confused. I'm sorry. I thought you meant like on the show. I just want to make sure.
Yeah, on the show. Whatever we doing. What's my name? Yes, Miss Polly. Don't start that again, Miss Polly. Don't start.
I called you Slaps today, but it's not.
All day.
That's okay. Maybe I want to be a little slap today, like this. Oh, you know.
B-Eazy letting you have it in chat.
B-Eazy, that's not nice. Okay, I need you to be nice. That's it. That's not right. I'm a nice person.
You say my name.
You sicko.
He put the Destiny's Child on it.
He didn't do that. Y'all don't gotta do me like that.
No, look, I'm just trying to help you out. Okay, he should say my name. Say my name.
The name is I like it's 3 parts. You know, it's like Big Rig Slaps, and I'm like, okay, well, why can't I just say like one of the words or 2? Is that not no?
You got. Well, I can't say pronouns because that's not a pronoun, but you gotta get the names right. That's all.
But I mean, you know,
Miss Polly, we're just messing with you. We love you.
Well, I want to know what the name means because it confuses me. I don't know why. Why are the rigs being slapped? Like, why are you?
Hold on.
Okay, Miss Polly, let me tell you something. Now, let me explain it. Right.
Okay.
So Big Rig is just a nickname, right? Big Rig. But the slaps on there is out here where I'm from. You know, music that that be slapping, it be banging, it's loud, it's doing its thing, or it's a nice song. We say that's slap.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Miss Polly, you may pull up in your Camry slapping some shit. You feel me? You're like, oh, look at Miss Polly, she's slapping.
Wait a minute. Don't put me in no Camry. Don't do that. You know I like.
No, she said, like, no, like, don't slap, don't hit. That's Polly right there.
Okay, Miss Polly in that let me see, Sequoia.
Oh God, no. Hey, listen, how about a Cadillac? I'll take the Cadillac. Can I have the Cadillac?
Oh damn. Yeah,
No?
shit. You really gonna be slapping in the lap.
Yes, with the rims too. Ooh.
The Cadillac on rims, goddamn.
I think I need that. You know, it's okay. I had to sell my Cadillac back to my partner because he said I don't know how to take care of it right. It's fine.
What kind of Cadillac was it? What kind of Cadillac was it, Miss Polly?
I don't even know. I just liked the way it looked and I just wanted it. He's like,
was it a
stop.
car or was it an SUV?
Oh, yes, it was a car. Yes. It was an old Cadillac. I know that. It was an older Cadillac. One of the ones you like see, like maybe like someone fixes up because he fixed it up and everything. He put it on rims and nice and beautiful. And then he was like, no.
It was probably one of them nice 90s joints.
And he put a lot of work into it. And he just was like, listen, I'm gonna need to buy that back. You're out of line. I was like, okay, it's fine. It's fine. It's okay.
That's right.
I lost one, maybe because I was doing like, I want to just like run around in it and feel big.
You was out there trying to flex.
Scraper.
Playing music like I'm a gangster, all this kind of stuff that he was just like, no.
Yeah, you was listening to Backstreet Boys and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Have you ever ghostwritten a whip, Miss Polly?
Yeah, I needed to know. He wouldn't let me do that now. So you're going to get me in trouble. I ain't being part of that.
All right. Let me go ahead and let you guys go, man. But this
okay.
this was golden. Hey, look. Y'all should really be dropping the cash apps. I ain't gonna lie, man, for this type of entertainment. But get the likes.
Look at all these comments that's just coming in. All just what I'm saying.
I don't see the comments. I'm sad. Please.
You gotta hit the button. You know what I'm saying? You gotta hit the button.
No, she on her phone, but you gotta hit.
I'm on my phone.
I'm such a
man. Why you being lazy, Miss Polly?
I am. I'm being honest.
You're real lazy tonight. But earlier, man, you was like,
I was dancing. I was like, yeah. I was up here dancing on the couch. Boom, boom. It was exciting.
Show off right now, man. I need that.
That was a disco move.
I was over here. I had to disco moves. There was children in the room. You can't be popping it.
Big rig slaps, man.
No. Hey, I didn't even think you heard me say that.
See, look, like I just said that, and one of the children just popped his head across the kitchen, looked dead in my face. Excuse you, sir. Yeah, go ahead out. Yeah, out of here. See what I'm talking about? Like, where they come from? Yeah, so you know how you got here. You know how you got here. He shut the door on me now. See? Mm-hmm.
You know how you got here. That should be on a freaking shirt. Miss Polly, you know how you got here.
I'm sorry.
That's your merch. That's your merch.
That was inappropriate. I'm sorry. We get a little out of line here with the older children. I'm just saying, M3, why are you trying to run the street? You trying to leave? You tired? You gonna take a nap?
Look at her. She don't even want to go.
I respect wifey. If wifey wants to wrap up the show, I'm down. I'm down whatever she wants to do.
Why you gotta put on my wife now? I just told you what I want to do.
I'm sorry, you're right. I don't know. I just really like your wife. I think she's very nice. I just like her.
I appreciate it.
And she was really nice to me when my shoes woke her up and everything. She was awesome.
Wait, what did she do that was nice?
I said she was really awesome when my dryer woke her up. She was really awesome.
A lot of ice dryer though.
Yeah, she was awesome about it. It was great.
That thing would sound like gunshots, like.
You had some shoes in that thing? What you have in that thing? You had some shoes pounding in that thing, little Bushwick Bill in that thing.
It's out of line. That's what happens when you got kids.
You gotta make sure. Hey, look, like when you put your stuff in the dryer, you gotta make sure you take the blanket out, Miss Polly, because that thing be going off. I'm just saying.
It's not my fault. It's not my fault. That's all I can say. It was like, that's what it was like. It's okay. It's cool, guys. It's cool. Like, it's all good.
Dryer noise is cool.
The dryer noise is cool. And that's all. It's just fine. Everything's fine, guys. And I don't know what I'm going to do after this. I'm probably going to go live again because I have a problem. And it's all good.
Oh, shit.
Damn, Miss
What do you do? You go live like 2-3 times a day?
No, but today I feel great. Even I'm probably because I'm on steroids right now, so it is what it is.
Oh shit!
And we're gonna take these steroids until this bronchitis is gone, and it's gonna be amazing.
Wait, okay, so are you going for? Okay, so are you off work for the whole week?
You got Arnold Schwarzenegger working on that cough.
No,
hey, why you on the steroids? Yo, take the time and get swole, Miss Polly. Like hit the weight.
You have a swole ass throat.
Oh. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Yeah, he ain't saying like in that type of way.
I know. I said, wait a minute. I'm not ready. I'm not ready yet to be buff. Wait a minute.
All right. You think of steroids? You think of buff? I don't know.
No, he said pump up on the steroids, and I'm saying I'm not ready to get
No, I'm just saying, like, why you got the muscles like build them up.
You're right. You might be right. I got some weights yesterday. I got a dumbbell. I mean a barbell. I got a barbell with 50 pounds on it. With the plates, and then I got I forgot what it's called, but it's a thing you can kind of do the bend over movement, at the waist without your legs throwing up. We've been having great exercise routines in the house. It's been great, on my mission to slim it down and get it tight, but not lose my thighs. It's all a wonderful process. Talking about pre-workout and everything. It's all great. It's all great.
All right, take advantage of those steroids and get you pumping,
What if my voice gets deeper? I don't know if that's going to be attractive. It's already deep enough.
Man, you're only taking steroids for a week. You're not taking steroids forever.
That's true.
Yeah, I think you're kind of putting tins on it, Miss Polly. I think you'll be all right.
Okay, I'm sorry. I went too far. That happens sometimes. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be fine.
Yeah, you was right there at the edge. We had you backing up, though. Hey, come on, man.
I'm off work I only work on weekends. Remember, I only work on weekends, so it's over. It's all done. No more.
Oh well, shit. Yeah, no, I didn't know that part. I thought you worked more. Yeah,
well, wait.
You already missed a week of PolybyNations. That's why I was asking.
Oh, I have to tell you guys something. So I'm waiting for a guest to come on my show because I just talked to him. So oh Lord, I forgot the man's name.
Hey, that's real good, Miss Polly.
I did. Okay, so Andre, I did an interview with Andre, and we did the PolybyNations, and then we talked about it. But Andre Spence, and then now I'm gonna get one tailor-made. His name is Russell TaylorMade.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna do an interview with him, and he has his passport bros, and his I don't know, he's has a lot of followers. So I'm gonna have an interview with him. He agreed to it, so I'm kind of waiting for him because he went to Thailand, and so he's doing his little thing right now. He just put out a video.
These passport bros for real.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's pretty awesome. So I told him let's set up something. So that'd be awesome. So I can't wait for that. And then we're gonna have our PolybyNation. So I had to skip a week because I was kind of waiting for him to be available. Have the conversation with me. So it's gonna be great.
Okay.
And then we can talk about Thailand women. That's exciting.
So, where are we on right now? We're on. Where do we stop at? Was it Okay, so because I forgot, I gotta wait for you to do 5A, right?
Yep. And so his last one, Andre, was Colombia. So now he's gonna do Thailand, and then I'm gonna have one by King of Dreams, and he's going to Colombia. And then hopefully I find someone else. Oh, and I found another guy, and he's from my tag group, and he's in the islands. So yeah, we're gonna be bringing in some people who are out of country. We're gonna talk about it, and
why they ain't messing with these women out here, huh? That's crazy.
Well, they're just talking about what it's like going out and dating other people. And the gentleman who is in the islands, he's going to talk about dating women in America. So we'll see. We'll see. You see how they running away from the men and women. Listen, I don't have any issue finding American men. I don't know the struggle, but it's it is what it is. As you can, I don't know what to say. I don't have a problem finding men who are here. I don't have a problem with finding men outside of the country. I talked to a man who's in Afghanistan, or actually, sorry, he's in Pakistan, and he's pretty cool, So, are you
ever going to bring him like on your live stream, whether he shows face or not?
I'm going to actually ask him, does he want to do it? Because, his mom just passed last month. So he's been really kind of upset and not in a good place every day. Yeah. And I totally understand. So I was going to ask him before she passed, and then it just happened that she did pass. So I am going to ask him to do it. He's very positive gentleman. I wonder if he'll feel comfortable, because we talk a lot through video sometimes, but a lot of the time it's through the messenger, because he can read English like no other. So
he can't speak it though.
He can speak it. He speaks it pretty well, but it's still like him understanding me because I talk fast. So sometimes we have to slow it down.
He just kind of looks at you and smiles.
No,
hey, I feel like that's the same way with Spanish though. Like, I can read like a little bit, and now I'm starting.
Hey, don't mind me, man. I got some jokes right now. Let me just chill out, man.
No, I know what you're talking about. There has been men who've just stared at me and kept saying, "You love." No, we're not on that. He's actually an electrical engineer. He's coming here to get his PhD in electrical engineering, and he's gonna go to. He said he wants to go to a university in New York. So hopefully, he did some interviews and everything, and he's going to try to do the admissions there. So that's what we're kind of seeing. He'll be here in August, and he would like to meet me in person, and then that's where we're trying to see if we're fit for long-term partnership at that point.
I got you.
I'm just saying. I mean, he one of his requirements, big. I'm gonna give you what. So when we start talking a little bit, he's like, "Well, I would like for your partners not to have other women partners." That's what he would like. He's like, and I don't have other women partners either. Like, we're just here for you. That's what he would like. So the requirements that he has said that he would like are actually very interesting. I've never met someone like that. Who actually I've met people like that, but never met anyone from that country who was like, hey, listen, like this, who's interested in me. I've heard of them. I had people talk to me about it, but it's very interesting. So yeah, it was just pretty interesting how he interacts with me. I don't know. I think it's interesting, but they're like, we're gonna get married.
Yeah, I think they got these apps now, you know what I'm saying, that you can put on your phone. So like he might be able to they got these apps. I think when you say something, it'll pick it up and it'll print it out in whatever language it needs to come out in.
Oh man.
So the other person,
the language.
So you can be like, hey, whoopty whoop, how you been today? And then it'll come out in his language, you feel me? And he'll be like, he'll look at you, smile, and spit some game back, you feel me? And then you get the same app, and you'll be like, he said he good, and you know what I'm saying? He trying to go to the whoopty wop, you know what I mean?
Lord,
I'm trying to tell you, man.
Man, Riggs give you that free game.
Hey,
man.
I just hit the unlock button on your motherfucker.
Lord. I mean, I talked to him to text a lot more, and he'll send me pictures of him getting his hair cut and stuff, and he asked me, do I like it? Or how would I like it?
We didn't ask all that, though. You feel me? I'm just saying.
I'm just saying. Hey, Riggs, this conversation isn't only for you, Riggs. It's for the ladies in here, too. They might want to PolybyNations. God, Riggs. God.
Hey, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, but
you know, went to the pictures. You feel me? He over here taking pictures by a plane in the airport. You feel me? Okay. I got you.
Didn't do that. He did not do that, Riggs.
He out there in the dunes, you know what I'm saying? With the little thing, the head wrap on, you feel me? Like, hey, this is how I do it out here, you feel me? But he can't tell you that yet because y'all ain't got the app yet. But once y'all get the app, he gonna be like, hey, I'm out here in the whoopty wop baby doing the thing, you feel me, with a cold pose. You gonna be like, ugh.
No, sir. No, Riggs.
Oh, shit.
Well, all right, you guys, man. I'm about to go ahead and wrap this up.
Okay, M3, go play your game.
Right on, man. Enjoy your game, bro.
It's 11-11. Yay!
Well, it's 9-11 on my end.
No,
hey, what's 11-11 mean? What's that mean?
I'm just saying it didn't mean anything. I just said it's 11-11, like it's even, you know, one. Just
because my shit say 9-11, so man, that's a cold number. But hey, man, y'all have a good ass night.
You too, Riggs.
And be
have
safe,
a good night,
man.
Miss Polly. If you do decide to stream, let us know.
I am right now.
All right. Let us know anyway.
Miss Polly be on Twitch though. I don't got Twitch.
I don't have Twitch. I'm gonna go on YouTube.
Okay, I'm gonna try. I might go check you out then, man, and see what you're talking about.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay. All right, y'all be good.
Bye.
Yeah, I'll be in the comments with my controller stick, but yeah. All right, let me go ahead and cue this music off. Come on, where's the Come on, streamer, you gotta do better than that. All right. Thank you everybody for tuning to Knowledge in Relationships. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed tonight's segment with Miss Polly. As always, tune in next time for our other shows. We almost damn near stream every day, but look, anyways, always make sure they guys hit the subscribe button, like the videos, share it as well too, and most importantly, for the ladies and gentlemen, make sure you guys get your minds right. Other than that, we are out. So, bye-bye.
Knowledge in relationships.